Welcome everyone to the West, a Dishonored RPG campaign. I'm Spencer, I'm the GM of this campaign. We have the rest of our players right here. You can see their names on the screen. And we are ready for another session. So, last week, you all dealt with a very precarious problem. You all took a prisoner from the event where pirates assaulted your ship. You all
unintentional, I promise.
That's correct. You were just meaning to take him down, which you did, but you took him down for 2 consecutive days. You thankfully actually tied this prisoner down, so they're secured. You have interrogated him, his name, you've got it, Demas, almost called Dismas for a second there. So, things seem to be pretty good with that. You have fought off the attempts of your fellow party members, if you could call it a party yet.
Co-conspirators.
Co-conspirators, that's correct. So he's not dead. He divulged some secrets to some of you. Maybe not all of you heard exactly what he had to say, but many of you have discovered some of his secrets. So, you all, I believe you and Emil had a scene, correct?
Yeah, we were planning to do this at the end of last session, but Heisel
Yeah.
still needed to go to Emil to talk to him about something.
Okay.
So,
Do we leave?
No, it's okay. You guys can.
Oh, okay.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you guys can stay. Emil?
I'm fine.
Solo sessions are kind of and private sessions are generally going to be kind of a rare thing. Last session was a little special, so.
Okay.
Unless I'm revealing something that's actually going to affect the way you guys are playing the game, I would not ask you guys to leave the room if I'm just talking to another person, too. Like,
And I doubt this would.
I don't think so. I see no reason for it to, but after Sab takes over for Heisel's shift, she is going to go knock on Emil's door. You in there?
Yes,
Mind if I come in?
I suppose so.
So she's gonna slip into Emil's room and sit down with the Hastings device on her lap. Well, Sab's taken over now. I figured now's about as good a time as any to analyze that thing you have in your pocket.
That makes sense, I suppose.
Can I see it?
No.
Do you want me to close my eyes and you can put it in yourself?
If there's a guarantee that you won't be able to see,
Fine.
put it in?
Yeah, you want to see, so she flips up in the one compartment. You already saw the void right in here, right? The, sort of the fuel for it?
Yes.
Well, there's another compartment, and she's going to flip open one on the side, and it's like this little compartment that has about, I don't know how to do measurements, like a cubic foot of space, maybe? I don't know.
Cubic foot
Probably,
is like...
it's probably...
That's too much. That's maybe a
probably
bit
6
too
inches.
much. 6 inches.
6 cubic
6 inches is probably a little more realistic of space on the inside. And there's some, I'm not even sure what it would look like, some sort of connecting wires from that to the other compartment that you can kind of see just peeking out a little bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it in there, and then you're going to close it up, and once you got it, let me know. I'll come back in and show you how it works.
Okay.
Just let me know, right? And she's gonna walk outside and kind of lean against the wall while she waits.
Okay, he'll carefully take it out and making sure that there's no way that anyone could see, put it in there and like close it real quick.
Okay. Remember me, you have your eyes closed,
I'm just outside in the hall, like leaning against the wall, waiting for
Okay.
him.
and you're not, like, observing.
No.
Okay. I'm not going to have any check. No one sees this. Okay. Except for the ghost on the ship.
No.
The plot thickens.
Ghost better not be a
We joke about it
blabbermouth.
now, but...
There could be.
There could be.
Kenji's like, I decided to be a ghost now.
You all done in there?
Yes.
So Heisel's gonna come back in. Is the compartment closed?
Yeah, the compartment's closed.
Okay, so she's gonna sit down next to the Hastings device and start to explain, like, very technically. Well, not very technically, because she doesn't understand all the technicalities, but like as technically as Heisel knows, kind of explain how it works. And I don't know what to roll for this or what I get out of this, but I'm going to tune the Hastings device to analyze the, I guess Demas called it a void knife, is what I think it is.
go ahead and make a tinker check. Partial
Nice.
successes, difficulty of 3.
Void lore count?
Definitely.
Love that.
I'm watching her do the whole tuning process
Mm-hmm.
and like tracking what's going on the whole time.
You know what? I'm going to count that as an assist. So you
Like
get
that.
another
Okay.
dice.
Now we have a chance of a full success. That's 2. A 6 and a 13, and 13 is the number.
Okay. All right. So 2 successes. So, as you turn this device on, Emil, have you seen this thing? Well, you have seen this demonstrated before, but it's a little strange in that it certainly looks a whole lot like radio. And in fact, once Heisel turns it on, it makes similar sounds to it, almost as if listening to the space in between different radio stations, that same static. But it has a distinctive, different sound to it. That's definitely not radio waves, that's for sure. It has almost a song, a rhythmic throbbing that comes through the device. Heisel, the Hastings device doesn't really have any meters or anything on it, so it's not like, oh yes, this is 13 kilojoulins or
No,
something like that.
Sybil, I would wager, has taught me at least how to note what's happening.
Mhm.
So most of what I'm doing when I find new artifacts is just taking notes to
Mhm.
bring back to her eventually. I'm sure I know how to interpret some basics,
Mhm.
but I'm more just the messenger.
Okay. You can certainly determine, as this device comes to life, the noise just gets louder and louder as this throbbing just continues. You have probably used other possible void artifacts with this. You may have even put a
yeah.
torque in there. This is not like anything you've heard before. And it just gets louder and louder and louder. And I'm going to need you to make another tinker check. This is going to be a difficulty of 1. No assist this time, though. No void lore this time, though.
Oh, well, still a success, but
Okay.
only just.
All right. You still have the choice to do what you want, but you would recognize that this is going to break the Hastings device if you leave it in there.
Oh, yeah, no, when it starts getting that loud, she, like, switches things off very quickly
Yep.
and kind of takes a step away. Emil, what is the thing you put in there?
A small charm,
Like a bone charm?
something like that.
No, bone charms don't do this.
That one did. What was different about that than
I mean, you heard it, didn't you? Almost broke the thing.
I haven't heard the radio do this before.
Well, no, you wouldn't. It's when you put a void artifact in the...
Well,
Like
what
what?
I'm saying is I've never seen it analyze a void artifact before, so
It's not normally like that. That was remarkable, actually. Can I see the bone charm? It's got to be different than the other sorts of things you'll see out there. This is very different.
what would you be able to tell if you did see the bone charm? What good would that do?
Well, I've seen some bone charms in my day. I could tell you if it looks any different, at least, or if there's any visual cues to anything abnormal.
Could you tell me what it does?
Maybe if I took some time with it, but not just by seeing it for, a
Then
minute.
there's nothing you can tell me about it.
Heisel, Sybil Hastings actually probably told you that you can somewhat interpret what exactly the use of bone charms are from the
So-
sound that they make.
So, I mean, I was, as the frequency was going on, I was jotting it down, like dashes, dots, things like that.
Okay.
However I would mark it.
It wasn't much of a... The only pattern there was just... It's throbbing like almost a heartbeat. It's not like a
Any
Morse code
difference
kind of...
in
No.
the way it sounded from other things?
Yes.
Aside from the, like, volume?
Yes, definitely with the volume. Almost a little bit more high pitched than some of the other low hums of other void artifacts.
So I guess just scratch the frequency notes and just add like I would just have taken notes on whatever the differences were,
Mhm.
some of the qualities of the sound itself.
Yeah, but it's definitely unique and definitely not like any bone charm you've ever.
So how would I be able to figure out what something like that does?
Well, this is a
According
little
to
bit more
Sybil.
confusing. I was just telling you that Sybil has told you that you can denote kind of the nature of bone charms, kind of figure out what kind of realm of void magic they pertain to, whether it be luck or
Okay. Did she teach me how to do that?
strength. She probably demonstrated it to you, so I would definitely make you make a check for anything sort of like that.
Right.
But yeah, you could, with a study check, you could probably do that.
Actually, as I think about it a bit, there might be something I can do.
Make a study check with a difficulty of 4.
Well, is Emil gonna let me see it?
Does she have to see it to?
Make this check? No, but this is not a partial success check.
I would have to see it though.
I don't think that's on the table at the moment.
Even if I could tell you, what it does.
You'd have to be able to tell me a lot to make that worth it.
I could probably tell you what general sort of thing it does, what it affects. It wouldn't be precise like measurements or anything. Like you can jump 5 feet higher kind of thing, but I could tell you what it generally relates to. Probably.
Think of it kind of like being able to interpret a school of magic.
Right.
Something.
Indeed, sure.
If it requires you seeing it, I'm not sure I want that.
Well, choice is up to you, of course, but I am curious. What's so bad about someone else seeing it? If you don't mind my asking.
It's mine.
Well, sure. But I let you see my Hastings voice, and that's mine.
It's a bit big to put in your pocket.
I'm just curious what differentiates it, Emil.
It'd have to be in your hands. I prefer it be in my pocket,
Well, right now it's in the Hastings voice.
and that's making me uncomfortable enough.
What if you hold it and I look at it?
What if I put it back in my pocket?
Well, it's fine, but you won't get to know what it does.
Those are my 2 options. I'll just take it back.
Fair enough. I am going to go walk back out of the room so he has a chance to take it out, but as I do, have I already heard enough to try and interpret it?
Yes,
Nice.
but it'll be that difficulty of 4 study check with void lore.
Partial success?
No.
Nice, okay. I don't think that's something I can actually make right now without
Okay.
adding 4 chaos, so I will...
You can save that check for later if you want.
Yeah, I will.
You do also remember you get a void point every session, and they do accumulate to a max of 3. So I think some of you might have 2, honestly 3. No,
I think I'm at my max.
I haven't used
probably.
one, so
I think I
Yeah.
have 2.
Alright.
yeah.
No idea how you guys have not used your void points. They're so helpful.
I'm really not entirely sure how to use them.
Yes, Rachel, do you know that off the top of your head? I believe you get to re-roll a.
You can re-roll any number of the dice in your roll. So if you rolled 4 dice and you got 2 that you liked, but the other 2 were a 20 and a 14, and those didn't work, you could choose to specifically re-roll those 2.
So one void point can go to multiple dice.
Mm-hmm.
So long as it's within the same roll. And then there were a couple of other things they could do. I'm not sure if my phone battery will last long enough
I've
to pull
got
it
it.
up.
What you can also do with it is create a truth, which is you just change something minor about the scene around you, whether it's hey, this guy has a grenade on him, or there's a ledge that I can hang off of. Just something really convenient, so that you don't have to just ask me, hey Spencer, is there this? You can just say, there is this, and I'm okay.
Okay.
If it's there's a machine gun there, I might have to stop you, but just
So you get to be the DM for a second.
that is right. And finally, you can also make a single success count as a critical success if you want to. So if you, you don't want to risk the whole re-roll dice, but you just need one more success, and you have a regular success. You can just count that as 2.
That's
I
pretty
tried
cool.
doing all this for my arm. It didn't work.
All right. Were you doing anything else when you left the room?
Just waiting for
Well,
him
that's
to
what
take it out. I'm being respectful.
My survival.
Wait. You left the room, and now you're watching through the window.
No. I'm just waiting for him to take it and put it back in his pocket. I'm not gonna pressure him.
Okay. So I'll let her know when I'm finished
Hmm.
taking it back out.
Say, Emil,
Yes.
don't suppose you'll tell me what it is you're trying to succeed in Pandacia, the reading I got for you. You don't remember? What is it you're going to Pandacia to do?
It's somewhat of a general thing.
You mean just good fortune, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Something like that.
I did want to ask you about Demas.
What about him?
What side you're on? Figure you were kind of collaborating with John a bit back there?
He has a lot of information.
Demas does.
Yes.
I think I got most of it.
Well, then nothing to worry about, right?
That's what I'm asking you.
Well,
Are you worried?
I would prefer if you didn't sell us out to the pirates or anything. Tell things about us that aren't true, but
He honestly doesn't believe we have the thing you have in your pocket, if it makes you feel better.
and what do I have in my pocket?
Nothing he knows about. Maybe some lint, I don't know.
Good answer.
John thinks it's going to be worthwhile to keep him alive now. So long as Sab doesn't sell me out overnight. You're the only one I really need to worry about.
You need to worry then.
Good. Just wanted to clear the air on that.
Consider it cleared.
Alright, well, good night, Emil. If you decide you want to know later on about your trinket, then let me know.
Sure, I know where to find you.
Small boat. And that's it.
All right. So I believe that at this point, all of you are in bed or on the watch. I already made you roll for that, so I'm not going to ask you to roll again. So you all go to sleep, and thankfully there's nothing that interrupts your sleep. It's not bad. Some of you may be a little seasick. You're going to get off the boat, but all of you manage to fall asleep. For the one of you that is on watch, that is not a good thing.
Wait.
So because of your check that you rolled,
Okay.
you do fall asleep.
Alright.
And Sebastian, when you open your eyes, you remember your duty. You look at the bed, and there's no one there.
Yep.
So that is, I do want to justify myself a little bit with that.
What do you say?
Both you failed on your checks to watch him. And neither of you searched him either.
That's
He
true.
had a knife. I'm sure.
I mean, there's not far he could have gone at this point. We're on a boat.
Unless he's a good
You
swimmer.
guys didn't gag him, didn't search him.
Fail.
Didn't
at
watch him?
Kidnapping.
So
He did
practice.
he did watch him for most of the night, but eventually he conked out, especially considering you had gone the whole day without sleeping. You did the whole acrobatic routine, and then you decided to stay up the entire night to watch the guy.
And to be honest, Sab probably started doing slightly something else. Wow. He was doing the writing.
What do you mean? Oh,
He was
yeah.
probably doing some writing and journaling.
Right, yeah. I will say probably he did fall asleep though. There's no
Yeah.
coffee on this boat. There's no way
That's
you can
tragic.
Okay. So
It is.
anyway, Sab
What
wakes
does
up.
this boat have?
guns.
So Sab
Ropes.
wakes up. Let's see. So he's gone. I don't think we have lifeboats. We have barrels. We're far from Pandysia, so he's hiding somewhere.
That's right. You all have about 3 days left of travel before arriving in Pandysia.
Well,
There are a few small islands in between the area, just a sort of midway points, but none of them are like. A couple of them probably have villages, but no actual like stopping points really. So no major cities or anything. Just think Pacific Islands. A lot of them very, very small.
all right. I take out the mask, put it on.
These are hilarious.
I leave, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna search the boat. Basically, I'm trying to be quick and quiet.
What
basically.
time is it?
I would say I'll grant it to you that you did eventually catch yourself sleeping. So it is probably just about sunrise. The sun was probably pouring through the windows, and that's probably what woke you up. So probably like 7 a.m.
All right, probably no mask then.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm basically gonna check the ship.
All right. So you are searching the entire thing.
Probably try and go. Probably hit some high points and just be like check around and then head
Okay.
around. But probably, to be honest, probably first place he goes is like more galley, anywhere where there might be weapons or the
Okay.
crew. Basically, make sure he's not murdering people.
Yep. Okay. Make a study check. Probably gonna be careful. This is gonna be careful. You know what? You described it swiftly, so I will allow this to be either carefully or swiftly.
All right, I'll go swiftly.
Okay.
We need 10s. We got
Difficulty is gonna
4.
be a 3.
Okay, we got 1.
Okay.
Oh.
1 success.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry about
closer
that.
than
I'm
mine.
not merely just like, ha,
Yeah,
you
I-
guys don't have dice, so difficulty is gonna be 3.
Man went fast.
The mat. You can get it again if you roll a critical success or
Or
if you use a
that,
void point, theoretically.
We'll get there.
You do not find him, but you do certainly see that doesn't seem like the ship is in a state of chaos. You know, check the crew quarters, and a couple of them are relaxing. They've got like hammocks in the crew quarters instead of the beds that you guys have. Just a bit more space conscious, so they get a lot more space than you guys do. Certainly, there's probably a couple crew members just chilling there. They don't really pay any attention to you. You're just one of those kooky guests that may or may not have killed the captain. But it doesn't seem like there's any state of alarm. You don't find any corpses or anything like that.
Okay, so I head back to these people's rooms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wake up Emil.
All right.
Specifically just Emil.
Well, I'm starting to feel.
Okay. So we'd wake up, go to the door, open it.
Hi.
Hello.
So I fell asleep and he escaped.
To the point.
And we need to find him. He's probably either A, shuckled the boat. Shuckled? He stuck a hole in the boat. Or I don't know, he's hiding in a barrel somewhere. To be honest, not exactly the best plan.
Okay, I suppose we'll look for him then.
Yeah. I'm gonna go wake up some other people.
Sounds like a good idea.
You
Yes.
want to check the bottom of the boat for holes? And him?
Sure.
Cool.
I'll start off to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I walk over to Heisel's room.
Morning. Everything alright?
No.
Wait, you're supposed to be watching Demon.
Yeah. So good news, he has a knife and he didn't kill me. Bad news, he had a knife.
What's
And
that
so
supposed to mean?
he got away and he's on the ship somewhere.
How did he
No
get
one's
away?
dead.
By the way,
I
this is
see.
kind of implied, but you would have seen that the ropes are there. They are indeed cut. So,
I'm
no.
I'm actually gonna go to Sebastian's room first.
All right. Yeah.
Right. Wake up, John.
Okay.
Come around and look. Alright.
Got
Have you already searched anywhere?
I totally like the spots.
Mhm.
Crew members,
Fine,
crews,
alright.
like that.
You know, if nobody's raised an alarm or anything, he's probably trying to avoid everybody. Can't blame him, honestly. We're gonna start by looking places nobody else would have any reason to go.
Okay. I go over to John's room. I knock on the door.
Come in.
Yeah. Hi. So, how'd you sleep?
Don't ask about that.
Okay,
What's
I
wrong?
won't. I didn't really care. So we sorry, I didn't. Alright, anyway, so you asked me not to ask. What are you getting on my case? Anyway.
What do you want?
So remember how we didn't give the guy a
For goodness sake, this shouldn't be taking this long. He lost Demas. Heisel
What?
kind of peeks in.
What?
oh, I mean, we didn't check his bonds or check him or
Where is he?
That's what we're trying to figure out. Come up a
So-
search.
He gets up, he pulls a knife out of his belt and goes rocking around the corner into the
John.
hall.
well
Remember what we talked about last night.
He puts the knife away, and is there another object that he can grab, like a blunt object?
Probably. I'm trying to just figure out what that might be.
A
There's a cane on the
sticker?
ship, but someone would be very mad if you took it.
A lot of the men actually had cudgels with them, but they left and they probably took their own equipment with them. Is there anything you would have in your own equipment, possibly?
Mm. Let's see, there's my bag of rocks. I'll pick up a rock.
you
You have a
I thought that was a joke.
No,
right,
remember,
you have a bag of
remember
rocks.
last session I had
Yeah,
a bag of rocks.
that's right,
So
okay.
he picks
Wow.
up a
Huh.
rock in his hand and he goes around the corner and goes out to look for him.
John,
Mhm.
try to talk first, alright?
What?
Try to talk first.
Yeah. Alright.
Good. Sebastian, come on.
Hi, so I need to check something in my room first.
Check what in your room.
Something in my room. Don't worry, he's not dead. I walk off towards my room.
Which Emil would be in right now.
And John headed there too.
Bloody idiots.
Emil's trying to see if there's any possibility that he can see either Demas in the room still hiding somewhere or any evidence of where he might have gone.
Okay. So make a study check. Difficulty of 2, partial successes.
I'll study carefully.
Yep.
Ooh, I got a natural 1.
Okay, there you go. So just that.
Yeah, the other's a
Okay.
16, so.
So no momentum, but you do pass the check. You search the room rather thoroughly. He is definitely not in this room. There is no location he could be. The rooms themselves are very, very small, and there's not very much space to hide in. Probably the main one is where Heisel hid him originally, kind of behind the bed, which he's not there. There's not really any other place that he could be. You see that the porthole on the side of the room is it is closed, which would be really hard to do from the outside of the ship, so it doesn't seem like he exited through the window. So pretty much all you can tell from this point is that he definitely left the room. Doesn't seem like there is any way of figuring out his location, though. No footprints. The ground is just steel floor, basically. So,
Where are the parts of the ship that would be the least trafficked?
Make a study check with a difficulty of 1.
Okay. 2 successes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can get a momentum for that.
Nice.
Probably the conning tower is probably the most frequented. That would be the crew quarters, your quarters, the galley, the bridge. The deck is also probably pretty busy. There's probably people on the deck at all times.
So
People
he'd
on
be below
watch.
decks.
That is correct. That is probably the least trafficked area on the ship. Which
Whale
would be-
oil tanks being more guarded or stayed away from?
That I don't know if I can tell you. You haven't even been in the hold
I've been there.
You have?
Yeah,
okay,
with
you
the
didn't see
first mate that one time.
It was you. That's right. You just have to find out if they're more guarded.
Sure. I'll just go start taking a look
There is
around
also the engine room below decks. as well.
decks, just
So.
to see if I can very, like, quietly go and suss them out.
Okay. You go below decks, and immediately you do see that it is not very well guarded. It seems like they're taking the whole keep the whale oil secret thing quite literally, and even posting guards would kind of give away that secret. So that is your initial response. Go ahead and make a study check. I will not tell you the difficulty.
Okay. I'll study cleverly, start with the places that I think would be the best cover from people walking by. And that's really all I can use, honestly. Oh. That is gonna be a nat 20.
Okay. So you start looking down there.
The whale blows up.
No, not that
The
complicated.
entire ship explodes.
We all die.
And you see this short, portly fellow kind of approach you. It's the same guy that gave money to Sab the other day. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing down here? You're not supposed to be here."
I was here a couple days ago, remember? During the pirate thing.
Right,
and
that
I
was-
dropped something.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check. Deception check.
Yeah. So that's what? That's talk, cleverly persuade?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there is a deceive focus.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
probably
have it.
just the. Okay. Nat 1 and normal success.
Okay.
So that's 3.
All right. Well, I'll go with you.
Sure, appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna start poking around in a very superficial way now.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like looking for this like lost earring or whatever else it might
Right.
be.
So what'd you lose?
Just a bracelet.
Okay.
This guy's just ruining your plans.
You seen anything interesting today?
Definitely not as interesting as your friend last night. That was so cool. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, I wish I could have seen it. It sounded neat, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nothing's too complex. People on deck are wearing the fish armor. It's not made of fish. But we're getting closer to Pandacia, which is
I kind
good.
of gathered. Yeah.
Hmm?
I kind of gathered.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And stopping in Bryampton. That's not the best place, but soon we'll be in Sunline, and we're getting leave, so crew's gonna have some time to have some fun. So.
Well, great. I suppose you'll deserve it after all this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad.
So you're not actually searching anything right now.
No.
Okay.
So I'm just fake searching everything, and then after about like 10 minutes, I'm like, it wasn't that important anyway. Appreciate the help.
Oh, of course. Sorry I couldn't find it.
No, it's alright.
I probably think that the pirates probably took it. They were down here during the whole raid thing, and if you
Yeah.
really did drop it, they're pirates. They take things.
Whatever you do to respect, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry
fine.
about that, miss.
It's fine.
All right.
So I'm
well, I
gonna
need to get back to work.
Well, off to it.
Mm-hmm. And remind me what you rolled for that deception check.
It's 3 successes.
Okay. He leaves without like watching you go first.
Nice.
So he bought your story. He believed you're gonna be, he believed you completely. So. yeah.
Can I guess where he would be working? So
Um,
I don't run into him again?
Yeah. Make a study check.
Okay.
You can apply your people focus here too. Your
Yeah, my intuition.
yes, this is.
2 successes.
Okay. You imagine that he was probably. They don't have a guard stationed on the whale oil, but they do have someone check it every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So. You probably imagine that he has to do this like every 30 minutes or so.
Nice.
So.
Okay, so 30 minutes to peek around. I'm gonna keep peeking around.
All right.
For real this time.
Make a study check.
And another one. Love that. Okay.
Would any of you be joining her at this point?
I'd
they've
be
had
down
time.
there at this point
Okay.
I'm not within.
with my rock.
When you're going down, you pass the guy. You're not going. He doesn't see you going to the hole, but he does pass you, or at least he doesn't think that you're heading to the hole. What's with the rock?
You know, I just hold these for good luck sometimes. You know, with my arm gone, I kind of need it.
Yeah, you should probably get something luckier than a rock. I'd probably recommend a bone charm. Those are much better. We're big on those here.
Ooh, good idea.
Mhm.
I'll get one as soon as I can.
Best of luck with that. And then
Thank
he just
you.
heads on up. Passes you.
Love this guy.
He's so
Do
friendly.
we know this guy's name?
You have not asked it yet.
Okay, good. I mean, not good, but like.
Good. I don't want to know anyone's name. Alright,
Too
so
late,
you
we
come
know
down and
Davis.
you can see, unless Heisel's trying to hide, you can see Heisel
That's fine.
searching.
Have you found anything?
Just an annoying crew member.
Yeah, I ran into him. Wanted to know what I'm doing with a rock. Who cares what I'm doing with a rock? Anyway, let's get
John,
looking.
what are you doing with the rock?
You know, in case I find him and he starts screaming, I can, like, you know, hit him over the head.
That's
and,
going to
like,
hurt him just as much as it's going to hurt us. If he starts screaming, the
yeah.
entire boat's going to know he's here.
Yeah, so if I hit him in the head, then
What I'm saying is he's not going to be screaming.
I'll shove it in his mouth then.
Don't. Just try to handle this a little more civilly. Got it?
Okay.
Good.
He also probably has a knife, so...
Well, if he attacks you, you have every right to bash his head in. But not until then, alright?
Alright, I won't bash his head all the way in.
Good.
Just, like...
Windows will update in 29 minutes.
Alright.
Good old screen.
Alright, so I'm gonna help look around.
Yeah.
Alright. So, roll a study check. 3 dice. Since you were the first one that started it, I'll let you roll this. So, you get 3.
Sure. Okay.
Because John's assisting.
What's the difficulty?
I'm not telling you.
Fair enough. That's 2 2s and a 17, so that's 2 successes.
Okay. Alright.
Should have one of them be a 1.
That would have been nice.
So, you start to look through the hold, and as you're going through, you remember this precious cargo that was down here. And you were here earlier, so you do slightly remember what it was like. And you do see something tampered with. It's a crate just on the ground. You knew it was one of the whale oil ones. It was one of the ones that the first mate told you, hey, yeah, we're smuggling whale oil. She had gestured at it.
On the ground, like, taken off of a stack? Or?
No. It's think of the hold kind of like, you know, the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where it's like wheeling the Ark of the Covenant into that warehouse. Please tell me you've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I have, but it's been so long. Okay.
Big warehouse, lots of boxes piled high.
Okay, and this one is on the ground.
It is, but it's a very big box, so
So it's a Demas-sized box.
It's bigger than a Demas-sized box, actually.
Demas has grown fat.
We left him alone for an hour.
But
It's like, what are all the
I will say
donuts?
that you can derive this wasn't moved or anything, but you do see that the lid of it has been pried open. It's probably about as it has the same dimensions as 1, 2, 3, 4 of those tables, but probably like 4 feet high. But it's a big long crate. But you can see that the lid has been pried off and put back into place.
Can you see anything?
I'm pretty sure he's in there.
In the box?
Well, it's where I'd hide. You're
Yeah,
not
me
going to want
too.
anyone to open those, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Now's the time where we're going to do what Sab was suggesting and plan ahead of time, alright?
Good idea.
Yes.
You open the lid, and I will throw the rock in.
No. That's not a good plan. I'm thinking I want you guys surrounding the box, ready in case he tries to run or, do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to try to solve this a bit more diplomatically, alright?
All right,
He's
I'll do the
cornered
talking.
right now. No. Well, no. I trust you a little more than last night, but not that much more. Come on, everybody, flank the box, I guess. Sap, can you get up above?
Am I here?
Not yet.
Oh, I thought it was
Not
all
yet.
of us.
John is the one that said that he wanted to come down. You guys were still
Oh.
searching the.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're on
I'm
quarter,
sorry.
right?
I was
Oh,
under the
it's my
impression
sword.
all of us were here.
Yeah, no, it's just
One of you can go fetch him if you want. but-
John, I want you to stand by the door. So if anything happens, he can't get out. All right? Good.
So he goes and stands by the door with his rock in his hand, raised above his head, ready to smash it.
I will say you all do indeed have a time limit of when that guy is coming back.
I know.
So-
So Tyzel's gonna walk up to the crate, and she's actually just gonna knock on the side of it. Demas, I know you're in there.
There's no response.
I could go open the lid and find you myself if you want that to happen. But I figured I'd just appeal to your common sense first. There's not really many places you can hide on board this ship.
You have any more of that juice that you can stick in him?
That juice is really expensive. Sort of a last resort.
Ah. How are you gonna get him out?
So she's gonna how tall is this box again, you said?
It's like 4 feet tall.
So she'll just nudge the lid off and start looking in.
Okay. You open the lid, and as soon as you move the lid a little bit, you can see the entire room fills with this bright blue glow. It's whale oil. These tanks, probably a foot wide and probably this tall. I'm not good with measurements. All arrayed within the tank, all next to each other. Demas is not in this crate,
Huh.
but as soon as you open it, John, behind you, actually above you, probably back 10 feet and then to the left another 10 feet, you would hear the cocking of a pistol hammer.
Mom?
I've resigned myself to death. You all need to step away from that or I'm gonna sink this entire ship. And you all turn to face him, and you can see he's aiming right at the whale oil tanks.
Heisel's gonna try to slowly.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Easy there, keep that closed.
That's
Drop the
goal.
rock there. Nice weapon.
So she's gonna pull the rest of it closed. If he allows that.
I told you to step away.
She'll let go and she'll back up a few steps. Thought we had an arrangement, Demas.
We did. I can't really trust that now, can I?
You were doing fine.
I was tied up, with no guarantee that I'd live. That's not a good deal.
Then what's a better one? Help us work this out.
Staying here for the rest of the trip. Getting off at Bryanton, I heard.
And if you're found by the crew,
Haven't found me yet. I think one of them saw me, but he thought I was just... He might have thought I was you. Skulking around in the dark seems like your kind of thing. He is still aiming right at the whale oil tanks.
all right. I have no problem with that. As long as you guarantee that unless we bother you or otherwise try to take you back in, you're not going to blow us all to smithereens.
I don't want to die. That's why I'm here right now. But I'm sure you all have a similar desire. So I figured putting us all in this little conundrum might be better for all of us.
It's insurance.
Mm-hmm. Right. I had none now, or earlier, but now I do.
Where'd you get that gun?
Why does it matter?
I'm just curious.
You want one for yourself to shoot me?
No, not shoot you.
Uh-huh.
He's probably got guns of his own, honestly.
You talking about Demas?
No, about John.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a few back home.
Mm.
I was gonna have them sent behind me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not really here to conversate about my gun collection. So I would prefer if you all left me alone. But just know if you try anything funny, I hope you're resigned to sleeping with the whales.
Like I told you last night, I want you to walk off this bed alive too.
Mm.
John's in the same camp.
Yeah.
Sebastian, if you didn't die last night, I think that's a guarantee that he's feeling the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just saying to you all, I've seen the amount of whale oil tanks you guys got. This is... If I shoot this, you're gonna die. Not
I'm
just
aware.
from drowning. No, this is a lot of stuff you got here. So, anything. Even if I miss, it's gonna hit something. Just putting that out there. There ain't no way out of this, except me walking free.
that's exactly what we want. That's fine.
Certainly hope so. You don't mess with me, I ain't messing with you.
Does that include after we all get off this boat?
I gave my word, but I gave different words to different ones of you.
You did.
Yeah.
Who else?
Well, that's for you all to figure out. I also forgot something to tell a couple of you waking up this morning. Sorry, it was a bit of a stressful morning for you all. John, Sebastian, and Heisel, when you all woke up, you felt heavy, like it was extremely hard to actually get out of bed. You all have one stress point taken away from your track at the beginning of the day.
Oh. Okay. Anything I can ascribe that to?
No. It's very strange. You haven't felt anything like that before. Except maybe a really bad hangover or just waking up from a void fiend trip.
So to clarify,
Not
Emil's
that we know
feeling
what that's like.
Emil's feeling normal.
That's right.
You'd think with one less arm I'd be lighter, not heavier.
Well, Demas, I'm gonna go tell the rest of us what you told me.
Mm.
If I'm back, it won't be to do anything, but I might want to come back down to talk. And I'll announce my presence beforehand if I do. Be careful about it. Is that alright?
Yeah. Honestly, it might be better for
You're
me.
gonna need food anyway.
I am. And if I'm not, again, if I was tied up to that bed, I was resigned to die. So if I'm not getting food, I'd rather die in a quicker way. So, would appreciate some food and water, if you don't mind.
I can help with that too.
I'll come with every time.
I would appreciate that, given you were trying to kill me yesterday.
I was just bluffing.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, we'll be back eventually. Just
Mhm.
sit tight and don't get itchy with that trigger finger.
I don't plan on it unless you give me reason to.
Good. And we're gonna head back out before the guard comes by again.
And he just sort of slinks back into the shadows. He was on top of one of the crates.
In the space of what everyone got pushed out, is that what it is?
No. So because not all the boxes are the same dimensions, there's a variety of different ones.
Mhm.
So he's probably on top of, like, imagine that whale oil box, two of them stacked high, and then another kind of thin, long one on top of it. So there's kind of space for him to kind of take cover on top of that. So, yeah, he's on top of one of those.
What's the material of the whale oil containers?
Good question. I can actually show you a picture of what that looks like.
Ooh.
Yep,
Oh,
that's what they look like.
glowing blue.
Yep,
So the oil itself glows.
that's correct.
That's cool.
So,
Yeah.
So the boxes that they're stored in, what are they made of?
Ooh, that is good art there. Oh, just take me to the.
They
Whatever.
might not even say.
Yeah.
Kinda,
Oh well. The material, it's definitely metal on the top. I suppose the outside plastics aren't invented, so I guess that's just glass. What do you think, Levi?
I would guess glass.
I mean,
Yeah.
when you shoot them
In
in the
that
air, you
era,
blow up.
Maybe
So
tempered glass or something like that, or just tempered means.
Tempered would mean that it's not as hard.
Okay,
Probably. I
not
think.
what I'm going for.
That's what it means in
probably-
steel.
It's probably a pretty hard glass. So yeah.
We're gonna have to talk to the others about this. Come on.
All right.
And she's gonna go back up and find the other two.
I have an idea.
Trails.
Wait. What?
You know, that's
Out
below
of the way.
deck.
Hmm?
So what if we make a hole in the boat and sink it so that the part where he's in fills up with water?
Please tell me you're not talking about this plan while you're still down there.
We are already walking.
We're already
Okay, all right,
walking.
that's fair.
We sink the boat so the water it fills up, so then he can't fire the gun because everything will be wet.
Do you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Do you not see the problems in that plan?
We won't blow up. We wait until we're close enough to the coast, and we build a raft or something, and then we leave the ship as it sinks.
No.
The appropriate,
That's
reasonable
just-
response. No.
That's a bad plan.
It's a bad.
Whatever.
Come on, let's go make a good plan. I'm just gonna go find the other two guys.
But we cannot let him stand controlled like this. There's no telling what he might do.
We'll talk with them about it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go find Sab and Emil. Hey.
Okay, so first,
Yeah.
Alright, two things. First, I did realize, like, oh, we have whale oil on this ship, so probably what's gonna happen. Sam probably hasn't realized it yet, but as soon as someone like mentions it, he's gonna realize.
Yeah.
So
that's,
he's probably
I don't
left.
think the first mate even mentioned that to you.
So,
so-
oh, good point. Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
then Sab's probably gone to probably even the other side of the ship for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then after searching that, he's went back to where their rooms are,
Mhm.
and he's checked to see if Emil is around. I hate that he's doing this, but that was what he was gonna do.
Mhm. Is Emil in the course?
He was going to check a few other areas of the ship. So I'm not sure how long they were down there doing that, but he would have gone around, probably various working areas
Mm-hmm.
to see if anyone saw anything and to see what he also wanted to at the same time see what sort of supplies he could get
Okay.
as far as medical supplies, and if there are no proper medical supplies, he's going to settle for a high proof spirit,
Okay.
assuming there's
First of all, were you asking people, hey, did you see anyone creeping around or sneaking around?
no.
Okay.
Let's see. He would have probably just asked how people's mornings have been
Okay.
and assumed that they would bring up something someone
Right,
was
yeah.
creeping around if they'd seen anything. But
Yeah. So probably with that line of questioning, or non-questioning, that is, you might have heard one or two sailors actually mention, hey, was that you that was skulking around throughout the ship? I mean, we saw something, but just figured it was one of yous or something like that. So you might have heard a little bit about that. Nothing
Mhm.
identifying where that person might have been, though. And secondly, for all the stuff you're looking for, so you're just specifically looking for medical supplies.
mm-hmm.
All right, make a study check.
What style?
I will say you can apply a surgery focus here because you know medical supplies when you see them.
Okay. Let's see. So can I say, I guess, cleverly or carefully?
Yeah.
So
Carefully would probably be preferred.
Study carefully. Yeah. So those are, that'd be 2 successes.
All right. That is plenty. So there aren't many medical supplies on the ship, but in going through the crew quarters, you do spot there is someone that has one of the crew members that has high proof whiskey on in one of his. They get each crew member gets a small cabinet, and you can see kind of one of the cabinets is slightly open, and you can see that there are people in the crew quarters though that would definitely see a kind of nose around. But if you're gonna take that, there might be an objection to that.
Okay. I'll just say, in regards to John's injury, the lack of arm, there isn't much in the way of any medical supplies that I could find, and I thought perhaps some sort of alcohol that's high proof would be good to sterilize.
Well, I don't exactly know what sterilize means, but one of the sailors, kind of an older one, approaches you, big beard, and I don't know nothing. That's Versky's whiskey. You're gonna need to talk to him about that.
And where might he be?
Right now, I believe he's in the engine room. He's our engineer.
Well, I suppose I'll ask him about it. Do you suppose it'd be too much for me to take it now so that I can have it with me just in case and bring it back if he says no?
Well, you can press your luck. He might be a little angry just seeing you with it. Might not even give you time to explain it before he knocks your clock. But, well, I'd probably suggest talking to him first. He's kind of a feisty fellow, and that, he really likes that whiskey. He spent a lot of his paycheck on that.
Okay, I suppose I'll do that then. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. You can find him pretty quickly if you want to.
I do.
You can see this pretty big burly fellow in the engine room. The engine of this vessel is huge. It almost looks a little bit like a diesel engine would. It has pistons throughout, just all humming, and as such in an engine room, it's pretty loud.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see, I don't know when the term wife beater emerged, but tank top basically, workman's pants, bald, working in the engine room. And she says, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here."
Well,
Huh?
I'm in need of medical supplies, and I saw the closest thing in your quarters, and I was wondering if I might be able to take it.
Wait. What? I don't have any medical supplies.
You have something that would be useful for sterilization, and that's very important.
What do I have that's useful to you?
Just a bottle of something.
A bottle of... You mean my whiskey?
Yes.
My Sir Conan whiskey?
Yes.
I spent a pretty penny on that. You're gonna have to give me something for that.
What would you accept?
Probably $5.
Okay.
Again, money's a little bit different in this time, so that's probably like maybe a month's pay, maybe. You can buy a lot with $5, at least in this time. If you had coin, that would be worth even more, but no.
Okay. Well,
No, 10. Sorry, I spent 5 on that. Lapse of judgment there.
You're about to be in a place that you could get more whiskey if you needed it.
Right, if I had the money. That thing cost me money. I'm not just gonna give it to you.
Why would you make double what you spent on it?
Well, because it has, let's say, sentimental value to me.
Well, let's say it has surgical value to me.
Uh-huh. But it also has the value of not being yours. 10 Morley banknotes. Or something else.
Well, I'll see about that, and I'll give you something of that worth if I find something appropriate.
All right, I'm open to bartering too. So if you find anything useful, you let me know.
I will. So,
Just wondering, what do you want this for?
there is a particular reason, but
Okay, that's fine. You don't need to tell.
there
the
are
table.
multiple different possibilities.
It's
and-
not a surgical purpose. You just want to get hammered. All right.
Always
He's
just
like,
ask
"That's some
Heisel
of
for
the
some of the good
whiskey."
stuff.
Huh?
Always just ask Heisel for some of the good stuff.
Yeah. Let's see.
So if I went back, John and I went back to Sab's room where we
Mhm.
left them, would either of them still be here?
You had something you wanted to do, right?
Yeah, so I went back to see if
Yeah, I will say, are you heading back after that encounter with the mechanic?
Yeah.
All right.
okay. I look around to see if Emil's there, and then I go
Mhm.
check Emil's room.
Yep. You can find him.
Hmm?
You can find him. He's not hiding.
No, I'm not looking for Emil.
Oh!
I'm checking his room for a void knife.
Okay. All right. Make a study check.
That's fair.
Which,
No, really, I mean,
which
he's carrying
thing?
it on him.
What's that?
I mean,
Carefully.
you wouldn't necessarily know that.
No, I mean, I guess I know
I'm sure
that, but
Heisel would have the most actual information about what's going on with the thing in his pocket.
Success.
Okay. It's not there.
And she doesn't even
Again,
have that much.
The rooms are very
She
small
just-
space,
No,
so you
it's
can't
very
exactly.
Yeah, and she could
It's very
have more.
easy to search through the entire place.
Mhm.
You don't find anything. It's not there.
Alright. He leaves, tries to leave everything as it was, and then.
Is there anything else he would find with a one success search in his room?
You might
You guys
find
have no respect for
some.
each other's privacy.
Let's see.
would
you
you
have
find
some
Heisel's book?
like tools, like little tinkering tools, like
Mm-hmm.
small screwdrivers, etc.
Yeah.
All that.
He does look at them.
Does he find?
He
does
does play
find
with
Heisel's
them,
book though?
but not fast.
You probably would find Heisel's book if he looked.
And what's your book about?
There is a Void philosophy book that he picked up that I can't remember exactly what the full title is, but annotated and everything.
So
I'm
it's
sure
it's-
it's not interesting.
It's The Outsider is Dead, right?
No.
It
it's
wasn't
not a
nearly as
pamphlet,
interesting
it's
as
the
that.
longer
Okay.
one.
Let me check.
It's give me a second. It's the
also
Hayuse
thick.
book.
I'm looking more like.
Oh,
comics.
on the Void
really
Crisis
thick.
and
Yes, that's the one on the Void Crisis.
yeah.
It has a longer title than that. That's the partial title.
Let me look again to get that title proper.
I probably leave the book.
Okay,
I maybe,
yeah, it's a Void
I
Lore
maybe
book.
thumb through it and then like put it back.
You would notice the
Yeah.
annotations.
Annotations.
On the Causation of the Void Crisis and the Future of the World by
So,
Rina
so dry.
Huse.
Just
Okay.
picturing like this book, and it's like on the causation of the void crisis.
It's
Whoa.
thick.
I thumb through
It's a
it.
thick book.
Do I notice like? Well. Yeah. So there's some annotations, so some notes and stuff.
Yeah.
I probably don't notice that there's a difference in handwriting.
Yeah. Make a study check.
Okay.
Partial successes.
What do you mean by difference in handwriting?
I mean, I'm guessing there's a difference.
Oh, definitely. I'm sure Heisel Cohen's
Right,
handwriting is
so
very
steady.
different than Emil's.
Oh, so you're trying to
Okay.
see who all annotated
And then,
this?
well, I'm guessing it's what would the style be?
Probably cleverly.
Okay. Then no, he doesn't get anything.
Okay. It's a big, dense book about the void.
Hmm.
Bunch of big words about fabrics of reality, and you can even see there's some equations in there and
Oh wait,
whatnot.
can I use my void lore?
Definitely, you can use your.
Then I get
void.
one
Ooh, you have
success.
Void
There you
Lore.
go, one success.
I have void
So
lore.
it starts out, and the
No,
equations were not. They do perplex you, but you're like, no. I've heard some of this stuff before, so you can see some familiar things. This book does 100% cite the fact that the Outsider's downfall was responsible for the Void Crisis, and you can see the position of the author is just basically that this needs to be prevented again. All of you, I believe, are somewhat familiar with the Void Crisis. Some of you might have been very young. Bunch of weird stuff happened. There were like pockets of reality that were just tearing. It was kind of public. Some people went crazy. Everybody started having bad dreams at that time, but thankfully it was averted. Yep. But that's pretty much what it says, is that we need to do more research into the void. It's so strange, but we need to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Okay.
Kind of a political treatise.
He puts it back, and then he kind of, and he leaves, and he continues his search, which is probably when he bumps into other people, and or someone catches him in the room.
Yep. Make a stealth check.
Okay. Which is
And
move.
Levi, make a. That's a good question. Yes, it is a move check. A move quietly check. Has to be quietly.
Okay.
You cannot stealth forcefully.
Got it.
Maybe cleverly, but.
I get 1 success.
Okay. Levi, do you want to make a check to see if you catch this guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's
Steady.
in Emil's room.
That's right.
Ooh, 2 2s.
Oh.
Okay. So, you do catch him.
I see him
So
move.
you're coming back to your room, and you do see Sebastian
Do I
in
see
there.
him? Well, anyway. No, I probably don't.
With the success, you do turn around. I will actually say you were probably leaving the room when he catches you, so you can just see him walking out of your room.
Fascinating in there, isn't it?
He's not in your room. I go past him. I walk go past him. And then I turn to John's room, and then just at the door I wait like,
Counting his head.
and then like just leave. Not his room yet. And just walk down.
Commitment.
Yeah.
There you go.
Emil was just like watching that, like.
All right. At about this time, both John and Heisel would emerge from below decks.
Do I see him coming out of my room?
Yes.
What are you doing in my room?
Not
I was checking for the guy.
alone.
You weren't looking in my bag, were you?
No.
What's in your
Spoiler
bag?
I don't think he
it's
could-
more rocks.
I don't think it's like I don't think he could fit in your bag. I don't think you understand how big this guy is.
That'd have to be one heck of a...
Yeah.
Unless he.
About that. Well, indirectly about that.
Hmm?
We found him.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
was he?
I forgot. Yeah.
Wait.
Uh,
I look at John.
come out of my
John,
room
are
real
you a
quick.
9 or a 6 right
Okay.
now?
No, I'm a 3.
He's doing fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had the chance to bash his brains in.
No, you didn't.
Well, I could have tried,
It would have ended very badly.
but I restrained myself.
Wait. So you tied him up?
No.
They
Come on.
found-
And
No,
I'm
he
gonna
restrained
kinda, like,
himself, not the guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
not-
shepherd them all into Sab's room.
Okay.
The unofficial meeting place.
I mean, he sleeps on the floor, so maybe it's not really home to him.
Yep, you go in the room. Some
Close
of you
the
could probably
door.
sit in the bed. There's still ropes tied to frayed rope.
I'm just picturing the crew walking, like, whoop, never mind.
Just saying, if
Don't need to know what happened.
you might want to clean that up before you leave, because they will be even more weirded out than they already are by you start walking into your room.
So, it's about the place we found him. That's sort of the problem
What was it?
with the whale oil.
Wait, we have whale oil?
Shh.
Lots
about-
of it.
What about?
Right. So
Oh.
these ships actually run on whale oil, so that's not the craziest thing,
Oh,
but the amount is what's crazy.
It's
Just
a-
the ton.
There's a lot,
Mm.
and he is sitting on top of it with a gun that he somehow got because you weren't watching him.
He has a gun.
Okay. Well, that I mean that
So
helps
here's the
him.
deal. We're gonna do nothing. He just wants to get off a Lloyd.
They-
We're already in accord with that, right? Right,
Yeah.
everybody?
Yeah, he's got to survive. We can't let him die. He knows too much, but we can't let him go because he also knows too much.
Well, we're gonna have to let him go because
No, we're
listen,
gonna take.
it's either we try and kill him, which
And he blows up the entire ship, which we're not
he
doing.
blows up the entire ship, or we let him go and he gets away. So
And he tells the pirates
He's
everything.
not going to tell
I-
the pirates.
How do you know
don't
that?
I took care of it.
How?
How?
You know, that's a good question.
I mean,
You
that's
can't
kind
really
of-
take care of anything. You can't gag him. You can't search him. You
Sab,
can't watch
why
him.
don't you just give us a few more details about
Once
what
he's-
you're talking about?
once he's
4,
off the ship, we have no
5,
control over what happens. to him.
6.
Are you counting?
Yes.
Why?
I'm approaching 10 very fast.
Just
That
tone
is
it
how
down.
counting works.
So, we could really use that information right now. We need to be on the same page.
I convinced him that
How?
the item that he was looking for was not the one that he thought it was, and it was something else. I also said that I wanted to help him get off the ship and work with the Scarlet Pendant because
The
They-
Crimson Pennant.
huh?
The Crimson Pennant.
Crimson Pennant. Technically, technically, the white. They have this club in. Anyway,
They're
the
the
Crimson Pendant. I'll
subsection
talk
of
about it later.
Okay.
The Crimson Pendant, and help a specific group in that who are looking for void items and
Wait.
stuff like that.
You know, he was totally convinced because he cut his bonds, got a gun, and went down.
Well,
to the
let me
bottom of
put
the
this
ship
way.
to try to blow us
He
up.
could have killed me, and didn't. So I feel like that's mostly a win.
You've been more help to him alive than you would be dead.
Mm.
If he blew up the ship, we'd all be dead.
And
So
not
here's
in a
what we're
good
gonna
way.
do.
Listen, if he leaves, he's going to be convinced that it is not the item that he's looking for because there was something else here that I have that would detect things, all right? When he's in the void, he would be able to see it, all right? And I convinced him of that.
Sad.
I'm just saying, we gotta wait till he gets off the boat when we get there. We gotta capture him again.
Why wait to capture him? If we're going to let him go, we need to let him go.
We're going
If
to
we're
let him
not-
go, alright?
Then we need to do what we're going to do while he's still on the ship.
Yeah.
If we decide to let him get off the ship, that's it.
You know,
we have no patrol.
he can't stay awake for 3 days straight.
We're not going to poke the blood fly nest.
Emil, do you have it?
He
We're going
does.
to have to be more specific.
Do you have the stinking void knife?
The what? No?
Lower your voice if you don't want to get heard by someone walking by.
Those words might be a bit inflammatory.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
Do you have the void knife that the pirates are looking for that basically is causing all these problems? Because to be honest, if it's just a void knife, we should just stinking give it to him.
John turns to Emil and starts tossing the rock up and down in his hand.
I don't have a knife.
You said it's a bone charm, but you haven't proven it to us yet. Even I didn't get to see it.
I thought that's what the radio was for.
I got a signal from the radio, but
And
it doesn't give me a precise visual appearance. It's not how it works.
then what was the point of putting it in the radio?
You got information about what sorts of void frequencies it plays off of. Be helpful later.
The fact remains, I don't have any dagger. Knife of any kind.
Well, why don't you end the debate by taking out the one you have in your pocket?
Prefer not to.
Elmo?
Anyway, so the way I look at it is
It's not helpful.
you reveal that and we give it to him, and then we can let him go, and then we don't
No.
all die. Two,
No.
we all
No.
believe that I am
Seth.
right.
We're not giving it to him, even if Emil has it,
Why not?
because it's ours. I'm not done with it yet.
Okay.
I doubt Emil's done with it yet.
And I'm not done with it either.
Oh my goodness. There are more important things in life
No,
than
there are not.
void items.
This is what's important right now. At the very least, this is what I'm working for right now. If he walks up that ship with the void knife, that's the only failure in my mind.
You care entirely too much about the void. It's not that great, okay?
Sounds like you're talking with experience.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, stop it. You're weird. Stop your weird void crush. Stop it.
I'm
Get
just
some help.
Curious.
Emil, why are you singing so? Just listen. if you're not showing it to us, that means it's it or it's something else. And if it's something else, it's either something really awkward, which I don't care because it's me, or B, it's something that you just don't want to show, but it probably isn't that important. Okay, we could die. All right, we could die. Do you understand what that's like? We could die right now. Okay, if he falls asleep, falls over, the gun goes off, we die. Okay.
Hopefully the gun isn't
Don't
as
entirely think that
volatile
it's
as
going to be that likely.
Do you really want to
We
bet?
can't stay awake for 3 days straight, and neither can he.
Yeah, that's the point. Listen, if he needs our help if he's even gonna get off this boat, okay? Because A, people are gonna find him. B, they're gonna fight, and then C, either A, we're gonna get killed by the crew because they'll just hate us, or B, he's gonna blow up the ship and they're all gonna die.
What's he
Does
doing
whale
for you?
oil
What?
release any kind of noxious fumes?
I don't think. That's a good question.
It hasn't in the game.
It
canonically.
hasn't. That's right.
You can't just
If we
dump all of
burn
it, though. Oh,
if
no,
we
no, no, no,
burn-
no, 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 no.
No.
No, no,
Nope, let's
No
not.
fire near the werewolf.
Let's not.
No.
We take a tiny bit
No.
and we start burning it like some kind of exhaust. Fill the room up with smoke somehow. Then he could pass out.
It's also,
To
this is
put
kind of
some-
one of the stranger things. This is something I can confirm. It actually doesn't create smoke when you burn it.
It doesn't.
It's-
no exhaust.
Right.
Okay.
Emil,
Never mind.
What?
to put what Sab is saying in a bit more sane of a way, we're kind of in a bit of a pressure cooker right now. That's a
Nope.
modern term. Okay,
We're
we're in a
a
bit
bit
of
of
a.
Well, actually,
Boiling
those
pot?
could have existed.
Wait. Yes, pressure
They're-
cookers have been invented.
Oh, they
Yeah.
have.
Because
Yeah.
they can just be
We
put
can
on a
grind.
stove.
Okay.
They
Right,
don't
they were
have to be
invented in
electric.
France in the late 1800s.
We're in a bit of a pressure cooker right now with the situation. And you hiding that thing, unless there's some very good reason for it, which you haven't given us yet,
I have
it's aggravating the situation.
All right, Elmo. I'll tell you what. You tell us the reason, and then we won't ask anymore.
If it's a good enough reason, sure.
one. Because it's fine.
That's not a good enough reason.
It's not a good enough reason for you to want it.
Look, I'm not asking for it right now. As interesting as that would be for me, all I'm asking is you show it to us, so we can know where to go from there, if it's the void knife or if it's this bone charm you were talking about.
It's not a knife. It's just a charm.
We're taking your word for
And
that, and
it's
right
not.
now there's not enough for me.
I'm beginning to wonder what your radio really does. If it doesn't actually analyze the things you put in it.
It does, it's just not as simple as
Don't change the subject here.
not as simple as just
So?
telling you exactly what the thing is.
Hazel, did you tell him about the fact that it was different? That it was unlike
Mhm.
any? Okay. All right.
7, 7.5.
We get it, you're counting.
Good for you. So, you seem to have a vested interest in keeping him alive. Is he doing something for you?
Well, A, he keeps me alive because he doesn't blow stuff up. B, listen, we make more allies. We make more successes.
Some allies aren't worth keeping.
And why wouldn't these ones be? If you don't have the void knife.
Listen,
What
it was
can
either
he do
that.
for us?
He knows about locations of other void artifacts. He has connections with the pirates who are apparently on Pandysia, or at least you could get contact with them if that's what you're worried about.
We don't exactly have the best relationship with pirates at the moment.
We have a really good
well,
relationship
I
with
suppose you
pirates.
guys.
What if we're bringing him food? Do you have any kind of juice that you could put in the food that would maybe knock him out again?
He's going to be suspecting a play like that.
Exactly. So what we do is we put it in half of the food, and then wait, what food are we going to be bringing him?
I don't know.
There's
Probably the mush.
There's always stew. Maybe
There's
some very, very dense bread.
Okay,
Isn't
so we
much in the way
put it
of-
in one end of the bread, and if he then I'll taste test it for him, but I'll
But
taste
the
it on
only-
the
the
other
only
end of the bread.
Capsules I have are syllable. It's not going to be
Oh crap!
something you put in bread.
I don't think there's much in the way of medical supplies on this ship, but I did find something that could, as you put it, work as knockout juice.
What?
What is it?
Something that you might take willingly.
Goodness, you need to like
Whiskey.
get.
you just-
Okay, there we go.
Ooh!
There's whiskey on the ship.
Okay.
Where do you think he would take that when he's in such a precarious position?
Well, if it's in like
for
soup
whiskey.
or like
I really hope he's
He's
not
a
as stupid as you
pirate.
are.
One of us drinks it with him.
I
Or
can't.
we just put it in like the soup or something.
He'll taste
You
it.
can taste alcohol, you can smell alcohol.
I don't see what the big problem is in just letting him do as he wills. He's
Because
just
as long
gonna
as
leave.
he's down there, he can accidentally set something
He's
off.
not going to accidentally
going to
set something on
stay
fire.
in Sebastian's quarters for the rest of the journey.
And I liked
and
that
now
better,
he
but
has a
he
gun
made the
pointed
point.
at Waylon.
He made the point that he had no guarantee.
I
And
will
honestly-
say,
No money guarantees that he won't try to sink the ship as he leaves.
John, you would know this. Emil would probably know this. Sebastian will probably know this. Sorry, Heisel, not enough experience with firearms.
Oh, sure.
But especially you, John, would know the fact that he cocked the hammer back. You do know that the firearm he has is probably it's almost impossible for there to be some sort of misfire. It's not like a flintlock. It's like a fully. It's a singular bullet with powder. Actually, it's not. It's actually whale oil. That's powering the. Yeah, bullets have whale oil in them. They actually glow. It's really cool. Yeah. So the chance of a misfire is next to nil, unless he was like actively having the hammer back, finger on the trigger.
Okay.
If he was stupid.
Look, the chance of a misfire is very high, so we need to take action.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all would immediately. Unless he has this
God.
very antiquated firearm.
Unless he has like a very antiquated fire.
Trust me, I was there. I saw it. It is antiquated.
Heisel.
Inside?
Yeah, a deception. And again, not just because you're lying. Anytime you say insight, I say deception.
One success.
All right, deception. I am talking boldly.
Yeah, that's
That's pretty
a
bold.
lie.
Yeah, I got one success.
What was your success?
6.
Mine too.
Oh boy.
We are at
okay,
an
okay.
impasse.
What is your deception score? Your focus.
3.
What is your intuition
2.
score? It's extremely close, so you could probably pick up the dubious nature of it, but not that. Wow, that's a lie. So, what do you think? What do you think she could pick up?
I don't know. She could pick up that
It's
he's
literally 1 point away. This is like a 0.01.
She can pick up that he's probably exaggerating slightly, but she doesn't know how much.
Are you really sure about that?
What kind of
Yeah.
gun was it?
I don't know guns.
Was it a pistol or
Well,
was
yeah,
it a death shotgun?
Pistol, yeah.
Is a pistol a volatile?
It depends on what you call a pistol.
Okay.
Depends.
I'm sorry, I don't want to take
Good
this time to nerd out about guns.
Okay.
Well, if
Got
you want
flip
Then
to
we
locks,
were-
matchlocks,
museum,
wheel locks.
Okay.
The thing looks
quite dangerous.
Look, the thing was really rusty.
Pointy.
It did not look
well,
like it was being
no,
well
that
maintained.
didn't. No,
Okay, John's lying again.
that part's not true.
Well, the fact remains.
It
if
was
he's going
dark
to
in the
even
room, okay?
point-
And you were by the light. You were probably
I can see him.
Yes, but you were by the light, and your eyes were probably maladjusted from the glowing light.
Does somebody else want to come down when I bring his food and check on what
Yes.
gun it is?
I mean, I have the winning move of the day, so I'd say I go down.
What do you mean the winning move?
I mean,
All right,
I have a
fine.
reason for him
I'm
to-
lying. I'm lying.
I have a reason for him
We
to
all
have
do.
treat. I have a reason for him to have treat. Leave the boat, go to his buddies, and
Do we
not
want
only
him to go to his buddies?
not help, but also not only not tell them, but say, "Hey, we got allies and friends," and then start a good relationship.
I'm not entirely convinced that Emil doesn't have the void knife.
I mean, same.
Yeah.
Until we're sure of that. Which honestly, I'm getting closer and closer to wanting to force you to show us.
Do you want to have a relationship with the pirates? Do you
I
think
don't
that's
know.
a good idea?
That's the thing.
Wouldn't
It
be
really
better if
depends on whether we
faded
have the
into
void knife or
obscurity
not.
for them?
What?
Wouldn't it be better if they forgot about us?
Honestly, I'd prefer that too.
That's not going to happen if he starts a big relationship with them. They'll be around us a lot, I'm sure.
Look, there's no us after this anyway. It's really an internal matter between you guys if you're sticking together.
Well,
But for now,
the pirates know your
We're going to-
face, and they know
that's
that you're...
fine. They also know I don't have the void knife. For now, We're gonna leave him alive. We're gonna let him be, because all he wants to do is get off of this boat alive, and we're all in on that anyway. What we do at the end is up for discussion.
What we were going to do might have changed. The best idea then, when he was captured, it wasn't much of a threat, and now he's threatening to sink the ship.
He needed insurance that he'd be able to stay alive. I'd have done the same thing.
And what insurance do we have against anything he does?
His own love of his life.
Well, once he's off the ship, we have no power over what he does.
That's fine.
Who's to say there would even be this good relationship he assumes?
I don't really need there to be a good relationship.
What if it starts a bad relationship?
With
I don't see any
pirates.
reason there would be. They're looking for void artifacts, and if you don't have the void artifact they're looking for, which you tell us you don't, then there shouldn't be a problem, Emil. Isn't that right?
I suppose that's correct.
Good. Then we're all on the same page.
Where was this whiskey
Consider-
you were talking about?
I'll tell it where the
Yep.
crew members' quarters.
It's kind of in an open area, but in an enclosed container. So,
What time is it?
right now it's probably 8:30, pretty early in the morning.
Okay.
Could I just make a quick insight check on Emil when I asked him that last question?
Levi?
Sure.
I'm just curious if he looked nervous, backed into a corner, or anything like
Mm.
that.
Okay.
Yep. So go ahead and make a deception check.
Okay. So what would that be?
2 successes.
That's talk, probably cleverly,
Okay.
maybe boldly. I could see if you want to convey that you are handling this quite well.
I think that's 0 successes either way.
Okay. This is ultimately up to how
Yeah.
you want to play it off.
It's a 2 and a 4.
So 2 successes. He's annoyed and he feels like he hit a dead end.
Fair enough.
Hey, Sam. You want to come with me for a little bit?
Yeah.
Actually, real quick, I think we are going to take just a little bit of a break.
Okay.
So, we will be back in probably 10 minutes. Sweet. All right, welcome back, everyone. So, we left off with you all hatching a plan to steal some whiskey, right?
Ah, that's them.
Mm.
So what are you guys up to?
All right, come with me.
Okay.
All right, you know the crew's quarters? Is your equipment from last night still up?
I think.
All right.
Is Sab someone who would take down?
Because he
Someone
didn't
would
mention
take it down, probably.
That's fair. It was kind of in the way.
I
of
feel like,
things.
All right.
yeah.
Are there any cool tricks that you could do? Can you juggle or something? Can you juggle knives? Because I have some of those.
Juggling's dumb. That's what clowns do. I can try doing backflips.
Do backflips with knives. You know, make it scary and entertaining
I'm gonna be doing backflips.
with knives in your hands. So if you fall,
It's not a trick. There's nothing cool about that.
all right. Can you?
It's
there's
cool when
something-
someone walks up to you and says, "Hey, I can do a backflip," and then from there just does a backflip. That's what's cool.
Fine, I'll do what I can with it.
All right, cool. So I start doing stuff on the deck. Is that
So I
your
go
plan?
So I go to the crew quarters, and are there 2 people in there?
Actually, there are 3.
Alright, so I go up to them and say, "Hey guys, were you at the show last night?"
One of them is just kind of sorting through his footlocker, while the other is in a. Oh wait, no, there's 3. Yeah, 2 are in a hammock. 1 is sorting through his stuff.
At the same hammock.
What's that? No. And one of them replies, "Yeah, I was there.
Well, you like it?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You guys didn't see it." "No, I wasn't there for that."
Yeah. Well, I know you really missed out on a great show. Like I'm sure he can attest.
It was pretty good.
Mhm.
He almost died.
Yeah. Well, he's out there doing the idiot's out there doing backflips on the deck with no fish armor or anything, and you know
Well, I mean,
he's
yeah.
he's out there doing
wrong.
backflips, and you know if you fall land on your neck with that, that can be pretty bad. So I don't know. It's looking pretty entertaining right now. He's getting tired, I think.
Make a talk check.
All right. Would that be persuade?
This is persuade.
All right.
He is doing those tricks out there, or at least will be. So you are in line.
Is this cleverly or
Yeah,
bold?
cleverly.
All right.
Cleverly or bold, you can pick.
All right. Oh, that's 1 success. You know what? I'm going to use a void point, and can I make that a critical?
You can. That's right.
All
Let's
right.
do.
Cool.
So, all right, I got a critical success.
Anything's more interesting than just staying in here. And the old timer in the hammock gets up, and actually all of them are just like, sounds cool. So they go out to the deck.
All right. While they're gone, I go over and grab the whiskey.
Make a quick study check. Difficulty of 1.
Study check. All right. What am I? I'm studying boldly because there's no one there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. 1 success.
Okay, you find it very easily. Yep. So
Alright.
you got it. No one else can see it.
Put it in under my jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Walk out the back entrance with it.
There you go. It's a pretty strange shaped bottle. Yeah, it looks like some specialty stuff. That's for sure. Sam, make a move check. Backflip.
With
Do a flip.
acrobatics and swiftly.
Swiftly, that works.
Alright.
One quick flip.
He gets 1 complication and 1 success.
Okay,
Success?
you do the flip. It works.
Yes.
You've done this many times before,
Yes.
but you were already doing it while John was advertising this. So one of the crew members walks out and you kick him straight in the chin.
Oh
Just, oh!
Oh my goodness! Sorry, I was doing a backflip.
Oh,
I go over to
Oh.
him and I give him a look over with surgery and just check it.
Okay,
sure
make a
it's
surgery check.
Okay, so survival and
Because you made one success, this wasn't like a 0 success
Yeah.
thing, like 2 natural
Alright.
20s or something
Probably
like that.
cleverly, and then survival, and then 2. What'd you say?
I'm afraid this is gonna have to be either a study or a tinker check, not a survive check.
All right. Well, I do want to help him if I do. So
Okay, yeah.
So probably more tinker, or what would you
What are you better in?
say? Steady.
Study then.
Okay, steady, and then carefully. Would you say?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's 11. Here we go. Do we call it, or do I roll it again?
Roll it on the table. I like to.
Okay, I already got one success, and I got another success.
Nice.
Okay, all right. He's fine. You didn't break his jaw or anything. You kind of just tapped him a little bit, but it was still a big surprise for him. He's definitely felt a lot worse. Doesn't even look like it'll bruise. It just kind of looked like you smacked the guy, rather than like really punched him or
Okay.
dislocated anything.
Do I get?
Oh.
Do I get momentum or anything?
Not stored in the momentum pool, but
Okay.
if you're going to make a check to like apologize,
Okay, I'm probably.
you can add it to that, I guess.
All right, I'll probably apologize too.
Yeah,
So talk.
it's just a very simple difficulty of 1 persuasion check, but you get 3 dice on it to make sure you
Okay.
get it.
All right,
Especially
probably
if he fails.
talk.
Right? Yeah.
Would you say talk boldly?
Yep. And so you probably in this apology, I was just like, "Don't worry, I can see you're fine. There's no
Think
blood.
you're fine,
You're
there's
good.
no
Yeah,
blood."
you'll be good." Yeah.
All right, I am horrible at talking. Here we go. I get 1 success.
That's all you need. There we go. We needed that extra dice. Yep. So you do that, and he's like, "Okay, sorry. Oh, wow, that kind of hurt. But hey, do a backflip now."
Yeah.
Okay, move check.
Okay. I think he's got that all right. Yep.
1 success, how to do it.
2 successes.
There you go. Momentum. Put it in the
Momentum.
pool.
Oh, here we're going mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just standing there.
All right, you landed it. Perfect. There you go. All right.
So we got whiskey and more annoying fans.
Are you just here to do like a flip? That's it.
It's more just exercise. You kind of got the. Wow. I guess technically, yeah, you did get the end of it. That was about it. I'm like doing stretching stuff and just like doing.
All right. Well, that was kind of cool.
Did you feel bad this morning, by the way?
What kind of a question is that?
I don't know. I just felt like I'd been drinking last night or something. I was.
Were you drinking last night?
I wasn't, which is the weird thing.
I didn't feel hungover this morning.
Fine.
Did you feel hungover this morning? No. That was fine. I didn't drink. Oh, I did. But why? We're not supposed to drink while I'm. Oh, I'm just old. That's it.
Oh, by the way, do you guys know? I haven't asked, to be honest. Do you know the second mate's name? I feel like in my mind it's just
What on-
second mate or first mate. Sorry,
Okay.
first mate. Now,
I was wondering what the void of second mate was. What if I'm second
Captain, because the
Actually, who is the first mate right now?
I
Well,
think
I
well,
mean,
Hey,
I'm
fun
asking
name.
who is the.
I know.
captain.
This guy is just kind of rambling on a little bit.
Oh.
Yvonne.
That's Evander. Maybe don't call her by her first name, and none of us know what it is. I know what her name is. Oh yeah, what is it? She.
I mean, not what I would choose, but like everyone has their preferences. I walk downstairs.
Okay. That is Evonder. Evander.
Oh, that's not spelled.
How did you spell it?
Ivahndeer.
You can probably guess that that's her surname. So.
In the meanwhile, while everyone else is doing their stuff, can I just try and interpret some of the data I got? from the Hastings device.
Make a study check. Void lore and whatever style you want to do.
Nice, cleverly.
I will not tell you the difficulty.
2 successes.
Okay. This object is extremely alien to you. You cannot place your finger on what it is. I'm sorry. I should have told you that the difficulty was 4.
Okay.
So I should have given you the opportunity to use extra dice if you want to. If you want to add any of those, make your attempt. You can if you want to.
How would you guys feel about me using momentum on this one?
I'm okay with
Go
it.
ahead.
I'm not like sold on it, but I could.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
If you want.
Okay.
I am opposed but biased, so I will not say anything.
It's gonna be 3 successes. I'm gonna use my void point. Oh,
You
tragic.
could have made one a critical success.
Oh, I could. Oh,
my
ooh. Yeah. No, I mean I've re-rolled it at this point. That's.
I'm sorry.
Yep. No, that's fine. I am taking the consequences of my lack of knowledge.
Okay.
3 successes.
Well, hey, that's one more. Yeah. It's just, this is definitely out of your field.
Yeah.
You
I'll
can
keep
probably
studying.
with that determine this is probably very valuable. Makes sense that this is
Well,
probably
yeah.
the thing that the pirates were looking for. If there's any doubt as to that, it's pretty much confirmed.
So not a bone charm.
Not a bone charm. That I can say. Or if it is, it's a very, very special one that you've never heard of before. Or heard before.
Okay. Well, I'll keep giving that some thought as time goes on, but that's good. That's cool. Yeah.
Alright, so are you all just kind of planning to go through the days delivering food to this guy?
Well, I'm planning on going back to my room with the whiskey.
Oh, yes, that's right, you have your whiskey plan.
I have my whiskey plan.
The whiskey.
So, actually, I go back to Sab's room.
I eventually would ask about the whiskey, but not immediately, so.
Alright. And so, I go into Sab's room and I take a swig of the whiskey first to take the edge off the pain because, he's tough.
That's
but-
probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Make a very, very quick survive check.
Okay.
Is that what intoxication is in this? Is it survive?
I believe so.
Alright.
man.
Survive is,
Heisel's gonna be able to take so much
let's
drink.
see, what does it say? Covers your resistance to danger and pressure and your ability to handle and navigate the perils of the world. Intoxication is
Yeah.
a peril of this world.
Okay, what style can I use with this?
Wow. Honestly, just pick one.
Alright, he is just boldly gonna take
Yes.
a swig.
I probably wouldn't allow. What would I not allow? Quietly, maybe.
I know I'm gonna quiet
I want to
reflection.
stealthily drink this
He wakes the
whiskey.
whiskey.
Yeah. Well, I gotta be stealthy so that what's his name doesn't find me. But yes, I'm going to survive boldly. That is 2 failures.
Congratulations. You are a little tipsy. No, you're drunk. This is high proof whiskey.
Yeah, he cannot handle his alcohol anyway.
Okay. Yep. Congratulations, you are drunk. Play that how you see fit. But hey, the pain is better. So.
Sab comes into his room, I guess.
Hey Sab, you want some?
Yeah. I take it. I have I have the bottle on, like the caps on, and I like go, oh, and I run outside.
Wait. Did you say?
I have the bottle, like the cap on. I go like,
This.
Yeah.
and
Honestly,
then I
John,
run out.
I'm not even gonna ask you to roll. You don't even. You fall for this. Like, wow.
Hey,
he's
bring
drinking.
it back!
That's what this was for.
I'm gone.
Bring it back! I forgot my arm.
What's going on out here?
Okay.
Hi.
John? You
I
drunk?
take a long.
He just said hi. Hi, you're drunk.
Well, no, I mean,
No, like, hi,
guess-
and you're like, woo.
I guess the stream
That's
can't
a
see him,
lot
but
of
he kind of like
alcohol,
swayed
Brandon.
around as he said it.
Popping his head out the door.
What's with the yelling?
I'm just saying hi. Goodbye.
I look back at like him and Heisel, and then I take a long look at the bottle,
Emil, you
and
would
I
hear
put it
this.
away.
Hearing it,
You hear this discussion.
then I'll
Then
walk
you hear
out.
something throwing up from the room all over the bed.
Ew.
Is that the whiskey?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I got it.
What
I
are you
mean,
gonna do
he
with
got it too. Oh, it's coat.
What are you going to do with it?
I hand it to Heisel. I don't know.
Uh,
I
I'm
don't
sure I
suppose
want
you
it.
mind if I took it.
Yeah, I kind of do.
I mean,
Can
we
I'm
can
not really
trade
being
for
very
it.
cooperative.
Information for a bottle of whiskey.
Sure. We'll take the deal.
What about my arm?
We'll get it back to you later.
No, now.
After? Neil has to make you another one, okay?
Owie.
Emil, you want to make that deal?
And you'll give me the alcohol if I do.
If you show us the object.
You also have to promise that you won't try to take it. All of you.
Unless you provide more of a reason. That's fine.
It would have to be more of a reason than me showing it to you.
That's not enough of a reason. You already know what you have.
So, that you two promise that you won't try to take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree with him
About what?
about what he said.
What did he say?
I mean, you heard him, so like,
Say that you won't try to take it.
I won't try and take it.
Inside checks for everybody.
Heck yeah.
Heisel, did you say anything?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So yes, deceptions for all of you trying to convince him.
Okay.
And what do I?
This is technically intuition is the focus.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay.
So is this a talk?
This is a
check?
talk check. That's right.
Do I get any penalty for being drunk?
Honestly, you probably get a bonus
Oh.
if you're telling the truth. That is.
Oh,
So kind of decide that for yourself.
okay.
If you're lying, it's probably going to be a bit less.
I'm gonna
It's
say
a half
carefully,
truth.
Okay.
just because I'm like studying everybody and making sure that
I
I
would say no bonus then.
Yeah, neutral.
Or
like
yeah,
I'm
neutral.
I'm taking my time to look at everyone and like make sure I know.
Yep.
When you use void points to reroll, can you reroll all of them? Or just
All of them, but you have to take what you re-roll. So.
Okay.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay. No successes.
I'm talking boldly. 1 success and 1 critical failure.
Okay. What did you roll, Levi?
1 success.
Okay. So if any of you have 0 successes, if you are lying, he will probably detect that.
You hear, or Seb says, I'm not gonna take it. You hear, I'm gonna take it as soon as I can. Not really, not as soon as I can, but just like.
It's
yeah,
very clear that
he's
he wants
lying.
it.
He's lying. He's probably trying to hide it, but he's sad.
All right. So since only one of you actually has anything to bargain with, I think I'll show the one of you that actually has what I want.
He just handed it to me. Good luck. On my part.
Let's go somewhere private without these.
Sure. So I'll open my own door. It's locked, so I'll, turn the key in it and open it, and then walk inside and close the door after me.
John, do you have gambling cards?
No.
Do you want me
So-
to teach you a game I know that involves gambling?
Dang it! I didn't bring my Dishonored deck of cards today.
I don't have. He's gonna try and take as much money as he can from John.
Oh,
while
wow,
he's
that's
in
right.
the
Probably.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple
But, like,
games you can play without that. You could always play the knife game.
Oh, play with
Or
knives.
5-finger fillet.
Okay, not 5.
I'm just
I
picturing
can't
like
play it, but you can.
yeah, I'm just picturing you like
can't do it.
like one arm's missing and you're just like, yep, hit many fingers here.
Honestly, Josh, I feel like that was a favorite game of John.
Yeah. You can play it.
My favorite game.
If you can do it as fast as you can,
Well,
give you.
you do have coins, and you could do the simplest form of gambling, of betting on
Okay.
coin flips if you want.
Okay, or as they talk, I basically take a whole time to try and flip a coin. It's I'm probably using my Imperial coins.
Okay.
And I'm trying to have one in my hand that's like, I know which side it's going up, and I flip a coin, I take it, and then like I show it like, oh, like fake it, and like,
Right,
oh, like,
yeah.
and then I'm just like gonna try and do this as long as possible.
I will say real quick, John, make a study
I will
check.
also say,
Difficulty
I
of
will
4
also
because you're
say,
drunk.
I haven't agreed to do this though.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, yeah, good point. So he doesn't need that
No,
point out.
I want to use knives.
You could play William Tell. What was
ooh,
That's a terrible idea.
That's a horrible idea.
I look at my bed and I'm
You're
like,
drunk. Take a penalty. Oh, that was right in your gut. Oh, sorry.
I probably go I walk to his room. Well, I'm gonna go to my room. See ya. I open the door, his door, close it, and then I go to his bed to take a nap.
Wait, my bed?
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna go in there too. I'm tired.
What are you
We'll
doing in
scoot
my
over.
room?
What?
Your room is down the hall, remember? You
Oh,
vomited
yeah.
in it.
My bed is all messy. I'm gonna sleep with you.
You're not gonna sleep with me.
Yes,
go,
I am.
Go to Emil's room.
Hey, what are you doing in here with my bag of rocks?
Oh, I thought you left these in here.
No,
I'm
I
not gonna
didn't.
sleep with you.
Wait, are you getting in John's bed?
I'm gonna take a nap in his bed.
There's
my
vomit in it, man.
No, that's
no, that's-
I thought he
no,
vomited
that's-
in my. He
Oh,
vomited in
that's
my
what
bed.
Wow,
his
I
bed.
completely missed that.
That's
bit.
why
Oh.
I'm trying to sleep in his.
Okay, that's fair. Yep.
You stole my rocks.
Oh, sorry. Here you go.
You stole my rocks.
Okay, here you
I'm
go.
telling the first mate.
Okay.
So he goes to find the first mate.
I try and take a nap.
Make a move check to ascend the stairs. I normally won't make people make checks to walk, but there's
Okay.
Steve. You're drunk.
I am moving. I guess carefully would have to be the one here.
Yeah, sure.
Carefully, even though that's not one of my strong suits. But I got one success.
Okay. You ascend the stairs up to the bridge, and you can see the captain just standing at the bridge behind the ship's wheel.
Hey, they stole my rocks. They stole my bag of stuff.
Bag of rocks.
It's got a little more than rocks in there.
Skellis, get this man off my bridge. And you
He
can see-
stole. There's a thief. There's a thief.
Okay, man, you've had a little bit too much. It's
Oh,
also
no.
it's
Now
also
he's
the
gonna
middle
know.
of the morning. Why are you drinking this early?
You know my. I'm sad.
Okay, out of the bridge, and he will just push you towards the doorway.
Already
Just
towards
falls
the
down.
stairwell.
He falls down
Okay.
and pushes him.
Also, he drinks better
Oh,
than alcohol.
he pushed me.
This is not good.
We'll shoot you if you come back.
Elmo.
This is some really stellar acting. Just want to
Bravo.
say.
All right, so you guys had a conversation to have.
So, Emil. Let me see it.
He's gonna reach into his pocket, and he's gonna reach over his hand.
You're going to show it to me first. Actually, I want to see it myself, to be able to hold it for a minute. I'm not going to take it. I want it, but I'm not going to take it.
You had better not.
I won't.
He's gonna take it out. He's gonna hand it over.
And I'll give him the whiskey.
Take the
Nice.
whiskey.
I want to know what this is.
It's not quite a knife. The item you hold, it's a strange shape to you. Rachel, you would know it as, it kind of looks like what a railroad spike looks like. It is pointed, so certainly could be construed as a dagger, and maybe even used in one in a pinch. But it's a very strange sensation of actually touching it. It looks like polished obsidian, almost. You can see your face in it once you touch it. But once you actually feel it, it feels less like polished metal and more like sanded wood or bone. Still smooth, but definitely not metallic. It's very heavy in your grasp, though. It's about this wide, pointy, and then this little kind of hedge at the top, like a railroad spike.
Like a battlefoot,
It's about 8 inches.
or
Is this something special?
Also, as soon as you touch it, not only does it feel strange, tactilely, it's it just feels
strange to touch.
What's that?
It feels strange to touch.
It does. But also something pulses through your body in a strange way that almost feels like void feed, but with none of the debilitating effects of, going out in a trance. And you just hear, "To help." And you recover 1 point of stress.
Emil,
Yes,
I need you to be very honest with me about where you found this.
I didn't.
What do you mean?
Another way to say it is I found it, or I just took it from.
You just found it in your pocket, no explanation.
I think I know who put it there.
Kenji?
Who else?
So why'd you sneak it into your pocket?
Assumedly the same reason that he would have kept it from the pirates.
And why is it so important to keep it secret?
I have absolutely no assurance that some people on the ship wouldn't want to give it away.
I guess
That's why I
guess
will
that's true.
reiterate, there is no dagger,
it's really not even a dagger.
just a bone chip. If it's taken, I'll know who told the person I think will take it.
I have no interest in that thing landing in those pirates' hands. In fact, emphatically the opposite.
That's why you're seeing it.
Emil, did you ever hear anything from it?
No.
Can I roll some insight on that?
Yes, you can. Roll a deception check. Or persuasion if you're telling the truth.
2 successes.
He didn't hear anything from it. The word artifacts have a bit of a way of singing to you sometimes. I was just wondering, I guess, if you heard it do
I'm
anything
sure
like
you'd
that.
be more sensitive to that sort of thing.
Well, definitely.
Is Sab?
This is a quiet conversation in a separate room.
Is Sab in someone else's room at the moment doing
No, I
other
was just gonna
things?
ask if
Yes.
Sab is just dozing off or if he's fallen asleep by this point.
Are you taking a nap?
He's taking
He
a
was
nap in
gonna
my
try
bed.
to, but he may have just remembered something.
What have you remembered? You can message me on Discord if it's anything.
Okay.
I should also probably share my phone number with you guys sometime, if you prefer to use that.
While I have this thing in my hands, can I identify what it does?
Roll a study check, this time difficulty of 3.
Can you help me take a look at this? I'd
love to.
appreciate anything you know about it, any feedback you have, how it works.
I don't know
What it feels
much,
like.
but I'll do what I can. I'll help her as much as I can.
Okay, and that's 3 dice. Void lore,
Void
study
lore.
check.
Study cleverly, so that's going to be 14. All of these need to be under 14.
Yeah.
I'll take a chaos.
Yeah.
Three successes.
So, most of the time with void objects, they are kind of crudely made. Bone charms are actually not as much ancient objects. They're made by people, honestly. People carving runes on bones. But those are kind of, I need a better word than small fry compared to this.
Mm-hmm.
Something a bit older than that would be runes. Big circular whalebone artifacts. I can look this up. Runes look like this. There you go. That's a rune right there, with the outsider's mark on that. Those are a lot more ancient. Something with a lot more power and with a lot more age. So, you can't quite tell if it's just old or just powerful. But this thing is very, very special. And definitely has a unique nature to it. You've probably heard a little bit about artifacts like this. Very, very rare. You cannot derive the origin of, derived or derive? You cannot really figure out what the origin of such an object would be, but you know that this is one of immense power. Kind of similar to, you may have heard a little bit about a twin-bladed knife that created the outsider. There were some other void objects, all tied to the outsider himself. You've never heard of anything like this before, or seen anything like this before, but you can certainly tell that this is a lot different than anything else you've ever felt before.
Emil,
Yes.
I'm not normally the sort to play my hand this openly, but I really want this. Badly.
And
And-
of course you see why I wouldn't want anyone to see that the little bone charm I had was not a dagger, but this.
Yes, I understand it. But what I mean to say is, this is worth diverting my path. This is worth, quite a bit to me, personally. So if there's anything I can do to trade you for it, whether that's for a thing or for a service or
Time.
time, name your price.
Until I accomplish my goal.
And in the meanwhile,
Travel with all of us, assuming no one kills each other, and help.
and in the meanwhile, I suppose it's not sensible for me to hold on to this thing all the time, if you otherwise would expect me to run off with it, but do I get access to it when I want to?
So long as it would be prudent.
Deal.
And it's a bone charm, and there is no knife.
It's a bone charm. An interesting one, when I want to study more, but a bone charm.
Made a bit different than all the ones you've seen, yes?
A little larger, a little more colourful.
Not that much more interesting to anyone else.
Yeah, just a bit of a difference in the frequency. Nothing void spiky.
Thank you.
In the meanwhile, we still have the problem of, Demas. Is that meant to deal with him? And she gestures towards the alcohol.
In a sense.
What sense?
In the sense that now that you know what I have, I can tell you I have a bit of an interest in him not telling the pirates where we are, or mentioning us to the pirates at all.
Okay.
I don't want them to have any sort of rekindled interest or even thought of us at this point.
I want to talk to Sab before we do anything. Check and see if he really has convinced him that we don't have it.
His purposes might be crossways to ours.
He wants us as a group, right?
Certainly.
We'll have to test how much that means to him.
And your thoughts on how we should deal with Demas at this moment are?
Like I said earlier, don't poke the blood fly nest. Give it some time.
And
We'll
then
talk with Sab. And once we're a bit more sure where everyone's loyalties lie, and what he told Demas, We'll make a better plan. I don't want them to know we have it either.
I suppose.
Okay.
The thing back
Mm-hmm.
and
And I'll leave. Well, actually, wait. This is my room. He'll leave.
yep.
You guys said you wanted a discussion with Sab?
Yeah, if Sab's awake and around.
He's not in his room.
Well, yeah, he's not in his room, so
I'll
you
just
guys
keep a
could
look
look around for
Yeah.
where he is. Wait, is John in his room?
No, he should probably be coming down the stairs at this point.
He's probably in a.
Oh, okay.
Did you have the idea to lock the door?
No.
Okay. So your room. I don't know if you bought the lie that this was indeed Sab's room.
I mean,
but-
he did, but he forgot at this point that he threw him out.
Okay.
That
All right.
makes sense.
So you're probably heading straight back to the room.
Yeah. All right, so he heads back to the room, opens the door, and walks in, and heads over to the bed.
You're asleep.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so he goes and he just lies down on the bed. He just lies down on the bed. Is it wide enough to like squeeze two people on there?
Just barely.
Just
I
barely.
feel like Sab.
Roll a study check.
Oh, what? Okay.
Study. Yeah.
Alright. Do I get anything for Sab naturally being paranoid? When he's asleep?
Specifically,
Probably
when he's asleep.
not.
Okay.
Sorry.
Alright, what? Okay.
Style.
Yeah.
This
Is it quietly or swiftly? Because everything
I
else is
don't
forward.
know. This is like a passive perception check, but there's no passive style.
Okay.
No, there's got to be something. Maybe cleverly, carefully.
Okay. Anyway. He gets in. He's a natural one.
Okay.
So-
As soon as John opens the door.
Okay.
No, before
No,
he enters,
no,
you can
no.
hear him fall down the stairs. To be fair. So. And then you.
I
can
think
hear
I
someone
just,
coming
like,
towards the dare,
Just
the
ignore
stair.
him.
Yeah.
And then he opens the door, walks in, ignore him. He gets down to bed. I hit him kind of by. He just.
Are you trying to punch him?
He reacts because he absolutely freaks out.
Okay, all right. Roll a fight roll and roll a survival. Actually, fight.
Probably forceful.
Yeah. This is
Probably.
Well,
because
this is going well.
Would he have
you are
brawling
drunk,
or is he sleepy
and
enough
this is a
to like.
contest. What's that?
Is he. Would he have
Well, you
brawling or
heard
is
the
he
noise.
sleepy?
You're up. So
So he probably.
when you opened the door, you were.
He was probably drowsing and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you trying to hurt me?
He's reacting, so yes.
Both of you roll a fight check.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out the penalty to impose on you because it's easy with like singular checks because I can just increase the difficulty, but not in a contest. Take away 1 dice.
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sorry.
All right,
Okay.
so
Yikes.
Anyway.
The max damage this can do is 1,
Yeah.
so you don't
I
have
am
to worry about
fighting.
He's got one
Hey, you're using your
success.
fight. I think we were just talking about how that you didn't think that was gonna come up as
Let's
much.
see.
Oh, he's got. I think he.
I mean,
has
that was a
two.
pretty bold move I made. Trying to like.
That's
Right.
yeah.
All right.
Bold
Getting
move.
in bed with someone who doesn't want you there.
Okay, I
Bold.
failed.
Okay, he's got one success.
You got a success as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I mean, I didn't get a success. I
Oh,
failed.
okay. All right. You
Okay.
smack him.
My question is, so the arms that he doesn't have is on this side,
Yeah.
and I'm probably the bed's probably like against the wall.
Yep.
So I probably accidentally have him in the arm. So. Oh my! What the heck, man? Oh yeah. It's your
Help!
Okay.
All right. 1 point of stress. Sounded like it was a big hit.
So we hear screaming out in the hall.
Meanwhile, on the bridge, Captain Evander just face.
Help!
I'm gonna run out
Police!
of our room.
Help!
What's going on?
Yeah, help! Someone assaulted me in my bed.
Would you please just shut up?
It's fine.
John.
I go over to him, roll for, I guess, tinker check to help check him and do like carefully, and then surgery to see if I can like just make sure he's good. And
You,
do that.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but just go to your room?
I'm in my room. Oh.
Just go into a room, close the door, and deal with your problems on your own.
He stands up and shuts the door that they're in.
Okay, I've checked him because I just rolled.
Uh-huh.
He has a success and a complication.
You just checked it, like body checked him?
Well, I went I checked him, but then I like went over and was like, "You okay?" Because he's like screaming.
Oh, okay,
So
all right,
I'm,
all
like,
You checked him,
checking
but then he
it.
checked
I'm doing
him.
like
Yeah.
tinker check.
You heard
like,
him.
Checked him always.
Like,
Yeah, you definitely hurt the guy, but he's
Hopefully
alive,
help
he's
him.
not dead.
Hopefully
Am I
help them
bleeding again?
if there's anything.
No,
Like,
it'll just be a smarting bruise in the morning, that's for sure.
okay.
So I get up and shut the room.
And
go
there
to
was
the
a
room that we're all in.
complication.
Okay, what's that?
And there was a complication.
Oh, there was a complication?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's PvP. Unless you guys have any ideas of a complication that could be introduced.
He rips open my
Well,
wound again.
Well,
I'm
this is
bleeding.
me trying to help him.
Oh, wait, you punch him in the sore spot of the...
Okay, first of all, I react, so I hit him. I probably knock him down. I
Did you
hope
hit him on the stump?
He's not aiming for the stump.
But no, you said earlier you hit
He
him.
probably
side
hit him
he
in the
hits,
The
arm
wound is open.
somewhere.
The wound is open.
So, okay, so I go and try and do medical stuff.
Ow!
Oh,
Probably
Cider's
this.
eyes. What
Ow.
are you doing?
Give me more whiskey.
Okay, so do I use this to like?
What, the tinker check?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, you got a tinker. Just the weirdest idea, but yes. Tinker check to,
Okay, so
to close the wound.
I'm
to
bleeding.
to get clear, I rolled an attack thing. This was I probably should have specified this before, but this is for like. He just went over and was like, "Okay, let me see if I can help him because I
Yeah.
probably hurt him."
Gotcha.
And
Yep.
that's when the complication was rolled.
And then there was a
Like, let me-
success and a complication.
Let me just peel back this scab to make sure. Oops.
I am gonna have to have you make another check though
Okay.
for this repairing it.
All right. Tinker, carefully or cleverly.
I like the complication system
All right.
because rolling parts.
Okay, I think I did it.
If you just
Yeah.
got one success,
I got
it's
2
good.
successes.
All right, awesome. Get some momentum. So
Do you remember to clean it out this time?
yeah, you patch it up.
Yeah, I do the
Get
like.
it all.
Oh yeah, you know, like a fake spit, but I don't spit in the
Yeah.
No!
Don't worry, I'm
John.
joking. I'm joking.
And he starts throwing up again
Oh.
on you.
Oh.
Well, that was.
Roll a move check. John, I'm not going to ask you to roll attack for vomiting.
All right. Probably swiftly.
Yes, swiftly.
Would there be any acrobatics, or what do you say?
Yes.
So yes.
Yes.
This is like a
Okay, then he
somersault back.
gets 1 definitely, and yeah, I don't think he gets the other one. That's a 19. I don't.
John just goes.
Okay, so
to
one
bed.
success.
Yeah.
You get out of the way. He does not vomit on you.
Yeah.
He vomits all over on the floor, though.
What a mess.
I pick him up, put him on his bed, and just leave.
I leave too.
The first mate is just looking on the stairwell.
Sorry.
You clean that up. You need to help. Yep. Did you punch him?
Oh,
Yeah.
Sab.
I'll go help him.
Are you guys fighting or not? Do I need to?
They're fine. They're just being.
It's fine.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
Sebastian.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
He took my whiskey too.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
When you get time, I'd like to talk after this.
Cool. I go to help clean
I
up.
want to press charges.
Is there? I'm guessing we probably don't do a roll.
There is no court on this boat. My word is law, and my word is you clean this up. Maybe not right now because you'll probably just vomit more. Just go to the bathroom. There is a bathroom on this level.
Alright, so he goes straight to the bathroom.
Okay. There you go. I'm not gonna make you roll a check. You're good.
It just slips in a little
Roll
bit.
for vomiting in toilet.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Anyways.
Yes. Any of you had Wait, what was the plan after that?
The plan was
Didn't you have
I need to
discussion
talk with
plan?
Sab.
Oh,
about
Sab,
it.
yeah, okay.
Seb does not go to his room. He just kind of goes there and stands in the hall because he vomited on my bed. So
2 beds have been vomited on at this point. Is that
No, the floor in my room is vomited on. My
Oh,
bed is
okay.
fine.
alright. So you could find him.
Yeah. So after if did Emil leave Heisel's room by this point?
Yeah,
He would
He-
have she would have relocked it then.
yeah. He'd probably be out in the hall as well at this point.
Right. Sebastian? I had some questions.
Okay.
Earlier you said you'd been to the void.
I didn't say I'd been to the void.
What did
I
you
said
say?
I had experience with
Alright,
the
what kind of
void.
experience?
I just say not the pleasant kind.
Yeah, alright, that's great, but specifically.
Specifically, the void has been a it has been a man pointing a gun at barrels of whale oil, who then fired and blew me off the ship, and then I swam ashore. That's what it's been to me, if that makes sense.
That makes no sense.
The void is dangerous. You should just leave it alone, all right?
Do you know who you're talking to?
He takes like a look at you. He's like,
Make a
Heisel
study check.
Cohen.
No, I'm kidding. Don't have
He gets a
You
4.
think it's Heisel?
He gets a 4, but he's like, oh yeah, it's Heisel. Heisel Cohen.
My full title's the Lady Ogre, Heisel Cohen. From the Cult of the Forgotten. I'm void touched, Sebastian. So yeah, I've got an interest.
People are void touched.
Make a study check. Be a 2.
What was the name of that?
I have a
The
that was a
Cult of the
3, so
Forgotten.
that was fast. I have a 3, and the other's a 19. So
Okay. Definitely haven't heard of the Cult of the Forgotten. Void touched is, it's a new phrase, kind of. You have not really heard it, or at least if you have heard it, you don't know what it means.
Oh. void touched.
Void touched.
Void touched.
Yeah. So I don't ask if people are void touched. I just say void touched.
Right. Meaning of a connection. A sort of intuition into the void. It's why I can see things in
Like-
the void.
Like in the old days where they had like superpowers and stuff.
Less like that. What it means to be an augur is that I can see things from the void. It gives me glimpses into the future, into people's minds, sometimes into just the way things are.
Wonderful. He just kind of does this expression and just kind of like looks at the wall for a moment and
Oh,
then
not
looks back
like-
at you.
I'm not reading your mind right now. It's not like that.
Then what is it like?
It's like sometimes if I listen in real hard and put a lot of effort in, I can get messages. They're usually not like spoken. Things like you need to go here and do this. It's subtle things.
But
true
who's
things.
saying that?
Well, if I guess you haven't heard of us, but the Cult of the Forgotten sent someone into the void.
How? Well,
It's a bit of a long story.
yeah, that would be. Like just
So I
an
get messages from him.
explorer?
A new outsider, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
And sometimes he tells me things.
A new outsider. Does he
So-
just talk to you or like
So far,
no one else?
not that I know of.
Interesting.
But that's really not the point. The point is I've got a good reason to be curious. I just want to know what your experience with the void has been.
Bad.
Bad how?
things happen.
What bad things?
Bad things happen.
You're not being much more specific?
Not really.
Keep your secrets, if you will.
By the way, about Emil's bone charm thing, whatever it is.
Kind of disappointing, actually. It was disappointing.
Oh.
I know. I was expecting it to be that whatever they wanted it with a void knife or whatever, and it was just a bit of a larger bone term than usual. Like it still sounded different on the Hastings device, but it was just.
Were you able to detect what it does, or
No, nothing like that.
but a different one?
Yeah, well, not like different, like, oh my word, I need to get my hands on this immediately. More like different, like, oh, this is I don't know, just a slightly different make or something.
I roll a.
Maybe they made it in
I roll
TV
an
instead.
Intuition.
Intuition.
Yep.
Which is talk or study.
That's correct. It is talk.
Talk and clever, I'm
And-
guessing.
I will need to make a deception check or persuasion if she's telling the truth, which we know she's not.
Okay.
2 successes?
I have 1 success.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I mean, Heisel knows her stuff about void things, as you now know.
I will say
She
that,
seems
that
disappointed.
does kind of contradict what you heard. from
yeah,
the
that's the
beast.
thing. Is like yeah.
So it depends on who you trust.
Yeah.
So you know I said before that we should give the knife to them?
Right. Yeah.
So that was kind of a lie.
Why would you lie about that?
Well, I wanted to see it.
So you thought. Wait.
If
You
took-
thought Emil had it.
I know Emil has it.
You thought Emil had it. He's got a bone charm.
I know Emil has it.
It's actually not that. But you thought Emil had it, and you thought that telling him that you wanted to give it away would be helpful?
I mean, pressure. Him to reveal it.
Outsiders eyes. You let her a little bit of a piece of work. You know that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been considering going down there and just telling him to shoot us all and just blow us up.
Don't do that.
I mean, yeah, no. That was a joke.
Yeah. Look, I did need to know what it was you told him, exactly, and what it was he agreed to with you. It's going to be important if we want to know how to handle this right.
No offense, but I don't trust you at all.
Sure. And?
And you keep getting complicated.
And that affects my chances of wanting to get off this boat alive. How? Our goals align, whether or not you trust me. I just want to have all the
You've
information.
seen. Can I see
Can you see what?
the little bone charm?
Unless Emil lets you.
But he let you,
He let me.
and
That doesn't mean I can take it out whenever I want to. He's still being very tight-fisted with it. Honestly, with a void thing, I would be too.
give me a minute. I walk over to the corner and I kind of just look at the wall for a little while. I reach into my coat, pull out something, and it's basically a metal box, but it has like a little. You notice that it has like a little these dial things on it. Well, they're not dials. It's basically a combination lock. He covers his hand and does it. It's no one can really see it, and he's obviously knows what the combination is. He opens it up, and you find out there's a book inside this. He looks through it for a little bit, and he goes through it, and then he looks at you, and shuts it, puts it back into his coat. How about we make a deal? I'll tell you. You'll get some answers, and I get to see and look at with you guys. I don't know if you want to point guns at me. That's fine. I get it.
Seb, I think I know how you're gonna finish. And it's not my bargaining chip to give.
Okay.
I'm not the one with the bone charm in my pocket. That's Emil.
Yeah, well, then you go talk to Emil, and I go, and I just wait outside the room, and then we all figure out what's going on.
You know what? It's not even worth it. We're just gonna leave him in the cargo hold for the next 3 days, and then we're gonna let him go free, alright?
Okay.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, I'm all good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. So, 3 days of travel ahead of you.
Do we recover any stress in that time?
Yes and no. So, the next morning,
My hangover.
Sab and John, congratulations, you did recover that one that you lost, but you wake up with 2 stress points. The feeling is even heavier. Which, John, maybe that's just compounded with the... Honestly, the hangover's gone at this point. You were drinking in the middle of the morning. But maybe you could have construed it as that. But both Emil and Heisel are fine.
I hurt. I need more whiskey.
I basically I do like a medical check on myself.
Yeah, we will do a little
Yes,
time
cool.
skip through these days in a bit,
Mhm.
but go ahead and make a tinker check. Apply void lore.
Okay. And carefully or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, you can argue your way into this style.
I have a 1.
I have 1 success.
No, a 1, a natural.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you might have heard about this, but specifically that there is a kind of pain that the void can administer at times. It's kind of the same thing as like when say someone with supernatural abilities, the Mark of the Outsider, basically runs out of powers and tries to summon more. You get physically exhausted after using enough. It's called mana in the games almost, but it's tied almost to this kind of life force that you have. You know that this is not some basic anatomy failure. There's no bodily cause of this pain that you're feeling. This is something from the void. It's almost also similar to, you may have heard of music boxes that, when used on people that are void touched, administer this it's almost a mental pain a little bit. But this would definitely be present in the form of headaches. But there's no reason. It doesn't feel like a regular headache. It definitely feels like something unique, and you can place it as this is something the void is doing to you. John, however, does not know that though.
Mm-hmm.
I go to Heisel, like as soon as I wake up, and I go to Heisel.
Morning. What's up?
I come in, I'm like kind of trembling a little bit.
Sab, are you alright?
Okay.
Is everything alright, Demas? Is everything alright with Demas? What's going on?
I'm waking up and I keep feeling bad. It's like
You got a cold or something?
no, it's like it's the void. You know when
It is hard to
I'm-
explain because
I'm dying faster, and it's because I'm low on mana, and I'm trying to
what?
draw from it, and I'm dying.
It's not the mana thing is.
I try to basically.
I
guess
you know what?
I
I'm gonna
try
take
and
back-
basically explain it as
Right,
the best I
it's-
can. Of like,
you wouldn't know it as mana. It's almost like this mental fortitude.
Yeah.
It's just basically
my mind. is-
yeah. Just think of it as just
Yeah.
a really bad headache, I guess. But a lack of energy
I-
as well. Exhaustion,
I know that she's kind of
mental exhaustion.
void noise, so I
Right,
try
yeah,
and
it's
explain
probably the
what's
first
going on
ask.
and try and like tell her what's going on.
Mhm.
And I imagine I would gather what's going on, like that whole drawing from the void, not getting anything. Dependence?
Yeah,
Is that what you're
it's
describing
again, I'm not going to say, even with your check, basically what I'm telling you is that, yes, the void can administer pain.
Yeah.
Not that that is exactly what you're feeling
The
right now.
void is maybe administering pain on me.
It's what?
I don't know. I think it's trying to kill me.
You think?
Right, you just know it's not anything from this
It's
world.
nothing of this world. This is void related. Kaiser, how much do you know about the void and medical stuff?
Not a lot about medical stuff, a lot about the void. Why do you think it's the void?
I'm gonna have to ask you guys to leave. And I'll try and keep it quick if that's okay.
Interesting.
Okay, actually, real quick, I need to use the restroom myself. So we'll
Okay.
take a little break. We probably have about 20 minutes left to stream.
Okay.
So be back in a bit. All right. So you guys had a conversation to have, didn't you not?
Okay.
How do you know it's a void thing?
Because he starts to unwrap one of his greaves and just kind of takes it off slowly. He removes it, and then he shows you something that's on his hand, and that's a little paper. And if you open it,
Sebastian, you know what this is, right?
Yeah.
Can you... How did it happen? What... You're marked by the outsider.
if you tell anyone,
I'm not going to tell anyone, I'm curious, alright? There's not... The outsider's dead. When did this happen?
yeah, I don't remember when, but things happened, and I need your word that don't tell anyone.
I won't, alright? I just need you to tell me more right now. You're marked by the outsider. That's incredible. But the outsider's dead.
He's rubbing the mark.
When? You said you don't remember exactly. Do you have a general time frame for when it happened?
Sebastian, I will say that now that everyone is gone and you've revealed this, that the kind of pain you were feeling was similar to exhaustion from the excessive use of your powers. It's definitely, that probably really helped you narrow down, this is a void thing going on.
I got it when I was very young, and I don't remember any of it.
Can you do things with it?
No,
Do you ever get visited?
not anymore.
Did you? Before? You said not anymore. Does that mean you did once?
Yeah.
By what or who?
The outsider.
So maybe when he died, that stopped you from being able to use it?
No,
You didn't.
didn't. There's
I will make a very brief study check.
Okay.
Difficulty of 1.
Void lore help?
Yes.
Nice. 1 success.
Actually, no.
Still 1 success.
Okay.
I don't even know why I asked.
The Outsider's downfall was 17 years ago.
This guy is...
19.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Timeline's not really making sense to me. The Outsider's
I
death
pull out
is-
my cudgel and I point at her. I don't care about dates. I'm not good at dates. I don't like dates. I don't like talk. I don't like the rebellion.
Sebastian Grails. Put it down. You have some sort of goal here on Pandysia. That means you want us with you. And if you do, you are going to put that down right now.
He tosses it down.
Good.
And then he pulls out his switchblade and tosses it down. And then he pulls out his sword and he throws it down. And then he puts his hands on his head. I can punch people?
Look, just don't threaten me, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know exactly what's going on here. I haven't seen this before.
There's...
I don't know is anyone else experiencing this or is this just you?
It's just me. There's reason.
If I tune in the Hastings device, do I get anything from him?
Make a tinker check.
I watched this, but I don't.
Difficulty of 3.
I'm gonna use our momentum for that.
Okay. They're not here. To
Exactly.
this degree. Which, to be fair, you're losing it at the end of the session, which is going to be in like 10 minutes. Anyway,
Exactly.
so.
So 9, 5, 9. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, 3 successes.
Okay. You're turning through this, and you realize you've heard this before. Back when you were showing this device to Sebastian initially, there was a very, very faint signal. You're going through it, and you just catch it,
And that's his.
and it is him.
And is there anything weird about it? Like
It's
Well,
it's
it's-
faint.
mhm.
That's probably the strangest thing about it is you would definitely infer that someone marked by the Outsider would have a whole lot more power coming from their hand, but there is something there. So
I want to help Seb. I just I'm not really sure I know how.
There was. I can't believe I'm telling you this.
I will say,
He
if
looks
you
at.
guys can speed this up just a
Sure.
little bit so
Yeah.
we can get the rest of the
He
folks
looks
in
at
here.
his hand. Have you ever heard of music boxes?
Yeah. We did a few outsider caches in my day.
They're
Overseer.
I'm sorry. Yes, that's the word I meant to
Yeah,
say.
overseer
You
caches.
overseer caches in my day.
Yeah, they were little pieces of work. There's this box.
The
And
one
it's
you were
unlike-
opening the other day.
No,
Different box.
a music box.
Sure. All right.
It's unlike anything that you could ever even imagine. I think. And I had to listen to the song. And then I couldn't do anything anymore.
Who
And
did it? Who did that to you?
they were my old crew.
Is that why you're going to Pandysia?
Yeah.
Do they still have it?
I think so.
And do you think it has something to do with that?
I don't know. But it might be doing something. Because this isn't happening to anyone else. And it's been I think this made me unstable and I think there's something going on, and I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I'm
I get it.
and I need people because I have to find them, and I don't know what they're doing,
And I'm with you right now,
and
as long as Emil is.
I know I need to get the thing the kid had. The voice told me to get the thing the kid had, and that's the thing that Emil has.
What voice?
I don't know. It was a few nights ago. And I wasn't supposed to be there, and then I was,
There?
but I wasn't there. I was just dreaming of it.
The void.
Yeah. The
What
voice.
did it tell you?
He told me this weird thing, but he said I need to get the thing that he had.
Because it's here to help.
Because it's here to help. How did you know that?
Seb, I've got some thinking to do.
I
Take care of yourself
don't
as
know
best
what
you
to
can.
do. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do either, Seb. I'm going to try to think about it, but I don't know right now.
I will say, Heisel, that from this initial description of the void pain kind of thing, you would recognize it as the same pain that you felt yesterday.
Just give me some time, alright? I'll try and figure this out and just give me a bit. Your secret's safe with me, alright?
I roll to try and get that.
Yeah.
So study and carefully. Oh, so that one.
3 successes.
By 3. Oh.
6 and a 1.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no. Isel's not gonna tell anyone.
I guess that. Yeah. Okay. I'll.
Just give me time to go over my notes and my books and see if there's anything that helps. Alright.
He ties it on the greaves and stuff. If you need help, I know about the lore. He points at his hand and like laughs a little. So yeah.
I might need you back later for that then, okay?
I'll be in my room. I go to my room. He's probably gonna try and do things to medically
Yeah.
help himself, but should
Okay,
we
do
get
we wanna
that
get-
one?
Yes, that would be
Back
excellent
over.
if you all are done.
All right.
We can do for now.
Okay, guys. Good. Oh. Then I guess I maybe tell her.
All right. So, first off, John, remind me how many stress points you have total, like on a
2.
good day.
Well, on a good day,
Yeah.
I have none, but today I have 2.
As in his max.
Oh no,
Oh,
Max.
my
What's your
maximum?
max?
Oh, 4.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I imagine you all are feeding Demas, right? Dropping some stuff.
Mhm.
I think, unless you guys have something very, very specific to bring up with him, I think we're gonna skip all interactions with him,
Sounds good.
unless there are some specific plans.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good for the rest of the trip.
All right, excellent. So you all do that. He's a little quiet every single time you come down. He does point a pistol at the oil tanks. One time you come down and he's just like resting it on his knee, just chilling, just holding the entire ship hostage, getting used to it. But no poison in the food. That's good. He does kind of check for it, but doesn't find any. Keeps eating it. He's doing fine. The third day, so after this discussion that just took place, both Sab and John would take 3 points of damage.
Dear.
And by this point, it is pervading through your body. It's almost hard to escape.
Hangovers aren't supposed to last this long.
Yeah, this ain't no hangover.
Oh.
You haven't felt anything like this.
Also,
ever.
Sab probably starts.
What was in that whiskey?
Probably
No.
doing more night.
Yes.
Like he starts being very loud, or being louder. Just
Heisel is going to go take Emil up for a walk on the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Emil, what they're going through right now, I don't know why, but it's caused by the thing, the bone charm. I felt it too, a couple days ago. And I haven't since I held it. Like, the instant I held it, it just vanished.
Mm.
And for them, it's only getting worse. And I'm worried about what that means.
What are the risks if it keeps getting worse?
If it keeps getting worse, it might kill them. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this before, but it's only increasing and increasing. Over the last few days, I'm just worried. How much does it mean to you to have the right company?
A bit.
It
What?
feels like bone. Tell them to close their eyes. Touch them with it. See if it helps.
Okay. You make sure they don't try anything.
I will try my very hardest to do so, but you know them.
Yes.
Okay. Sebastian, when we get back down, I think
He's
I figured
like-
out
Freaking
I think I
out.
might have figured out the problem.
What?
You're going to need to close your eyes and stay very still. It's okay. We're not going to hurt you. Nothing's going to happen. I just need to do something.
Well, quietly and carefully, without like taking.
I'm going to press my hand just over Sap's eyes.
Yep.
Without even taking it much out of the suit jacket, just like try brushing it up against him and then putting it back immediately.
Right. As soon as it brushes the hair of your arm, you hear a whisper that says, "Built up." And I've already described what it feels like, but you feel that same texture. And you recover 3 stress points.
Okay. Gonna go see John. John? John, I think I've got a bit of a hangover cure for you. Close your eyes.
Oh, no more eggs.
No rugs. Just close your eyes and stay still. All
I don't
right?
want to throw up again.
You haven't thrown up in the last
Close your
2
eyes
days.
and stay still.
I did last time I ate raw eggs.
So I'm gonna put my hand over John's eyes and I'm gonna nod to him.
Same thing, without even like taking it much out of the suit jacket.
Yep. Same whisper. Built up. And your trust points are gone.
Whoa. I feel good enough to drink again.
Don't.
He's done with the whiskey.
Who has whiskey?
No one.
Oh yeah, no one.
All right. So, you all might have some conversations to have later on, but right now I'd like to end this session after those 3 days. As you all approach sight of land, you can see this island before you with palm trees on it and somewhat sandy beaches, but you can see a port that you're approaching with somewhat tall buildings. Probably the tallest would be like 4 stories tall. This entire walled off port section, which is where you're approaching, is just completely filled with boats and people. The docks are just swimming with the amount of people that are there. It's a very, very busy area. And as you approach it, a small dinghy comes to the side of your boat and starts to guide you into the port of Bryanton. It's your first location actually in Pandysia. Congratulations.
You finally
all
made
have
it.
That's right.
Made it.
You have made it
Tremendous,
to the west. There you go.
Yes.
Bright and dangerous shores.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, and on that note, I'm afraid we will end for tonight. So, we will see you all next week.